systems to send gifts to the family that can't make it.
Perfect. Have anything for Uncle Frank? I love him, but the guy is never quiet.
Noise canceling headphones for you.
You get it.
Unwrap huge holiday savings at Staples. And right now at Staples, save up to $350 on select computers. Ends 12/28, in-store only.
If your passion is bass fishing, only one radio show has the action, information, and excitement of your favorite outdoor sport. Ultimate Bass, hosted by Tournament Bass Pro and California Outdoor Hall of Famer Kent Brown, takes you live to where the fish are biting every Saturday morning. Only Ultimate Bass feeds your passion with the latest news, products, tips, and advice from the pros. Ultimate Bass with Kent Brown, Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. on Sacktown Sports 1140, part of SEP's Saturday Morning Outdoors.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Drapes, Kyle Draper from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. And now that the holidays are here, there is no better time than right now to head down to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. The Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration is back from now through January 2nd. You may say, Kyle, what is the Holiday Love Celebration? Well, let me tell you, at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton, you can discover exceptional offers on a new Mercedes-Benz, like the 2025 GLC 300 SUV. It's just $559 a month for 36 months. They also have a full lineup of SUVs, vans, electric vehicles, and of course, certified pre-owned vehicles with rates as low as 2.99% APR up to 72 months on select vehicles. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton believes in the true Mercedes car buying experience. So make the short drive down I-5 to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton and see what a true car buying experience is really about. Or, of course, you can go online at mbofstockton.com.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies, because when people are fed, futures are nourished. And with your help, together we can end hunger. Join the movement at feedingamerica.org/act now. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on
Oh, Jason, I can't hear you. You must be pulling a prank. Sal forgot to turn your mic on.
Good morning.
All right. 1 to 10, how are we sounding?
Let's talk a little more.
Hi, how are you? Hi. Good to see you. Good to hear from you. Good to be with you.
Yeah, I don't know. Kyle, 8, 7, 8, 8-ish?
We're using a new board today.
Okay.
So let's see. There's one adjustment I can make. Let's try this. Give me a second. Okay. All right. What about that? Is that any different at all?
Yeah,
no.
Maybe. I don't know.
I'd say we're still at about an 8.5.
Yeah, we might be going up a little bit.
I want to be at a 10.
That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, it's better than most of the remotes that we do on the station.
Yeah, I want to sound like it's in studio. That is our standard, is in studio, not echoey, not artifacty.
You know, it's not echoey.
Not overmodulate-y.
No. You know what? You might be in a good spot.
I might be in a good spot?
Yeah, I would say it's pretty darn good.
Okay, let me try one more thing here. Hold on. Let me see.
Can you hear me now?
That's a 10 plus, but it's actually it's the God voice.
This is Royale.
Hey, Royale.
You're old, like without me, bitches.
Yeah, I definitely understood what he said.
Yeah.
Can you understand me?
Kind of. Yes.
Hold on. Let me look at the guy that made me. Stand by.
Hello? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I'm the guy that made Royale. And
You are?
Yeah. Might have rolled that one out a little weird. Sorry. It was supposed to go a little different, but they messed his eyebrows up. And he scared kids. And so we had to ship him to Cincinnati, Jason.
Oh, well, did you want his eyebrows down, creator of Royale?
My eyebrows are my eyebrows. Screw you guys, you did this to me.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, we drew it one way, and then yeah, they did something different at the seamstress. Sorry, my bad. Oops.
See, this is just going to get, if you haven't noticed, Jason, there's voice processing with this new one.
Yeah, that was pretty fantastic.
The second one sounds just like Theodore from Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah. Well, here's what we have, guys. So hold on. I'm going to, because I want to turn off my cam for the theater of mind. So you've got
this one, which sounds strangely, this is called voice digital. This sounds like this one, which is called monster, but it's got more echo.
I think this one, hold on.
I think this one should be Royale.
But we also have frustrated Keegan Murray. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I need to hit more 3-pointers. They're not using me enough that well.
Hey, frustrated Keegan, I have a question for you. You fouled out last night. Your reaction to the officiating?
They really upset me. If they pull their head out of their asses, they would have figured it out.
Wow.
I can tell frustrated Keegan is really upset.
Or is this a better frustrated Keegan? Hold on.
I'm frustrated, Keegan. I'm very mad.
No,
Yeah,
I think
the first one.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I can also myself out.
You were 2 of 3, I think.
Oh, did I miss one? Hold on.
Yeah, we had to dump one of those.
What are you talking about? And then what's the other one? Oh, yes. Attention, everybody. I have a megaphone. I don't know what to do with this one, but it's a megaphone.
Are you trying to direct people at the airport?
The white zone is for immediate loading and offloading.
No, it's not. No, it's not for immediate.
See, I don't have a girl voice. Yeah, this could get ugly. I may just do the shows from here from now on.
That's pretty
You
funny.
understand me? I made us do the shows from here, Jason.
What he's going to do is he's just going to bring that into the studio.
Exactly.
He's going to sit in the studio, but he's going to be on his little thing changing the sounds.
Oh my God, if there's a way to do that.
Sure, why wouldn't there be? Isn't it just like a roadcaster thing?
It is a roadcaster.
Well, remember Don had it put on the board before.
Which created, I would say, hold on here, 1, 2, I would say the second funniest moment in Sacktown sports history. I would say the third funniest moment if we're including unironic, horrible moments. Do you still have that? Are you looking for it?
I am looking for it right now.
Then I'm not going to give it away. Let's just say, so I'll just tell the story while you're looking for it. So once upon a time, Don Geronimo and I did the morning show, excuse me. And Don had a kind of like this, but much different technology back then. He had a voice modulator that he had hooked up because he wanted to, this was kind of like,
this is God. Here's today's weather.
He'd do like a weather report. Well, the problem is that he and the engineers were the only ones who knew how to turn it on and turn it off. Let me know when you find it. So other people had to use the mic sometimes. And a young, dapper, full headed of hair Jason Ross.
Yes.
really and this was back when Jason kind of had I don't know if we call it like the feathered look, but it was a nice, like it came down on the forehead, just kind of swooped back. Just beautiful.
Wow, you're calling me a smoke show, and that
No,
was.
You were a fire smoke. You had all the smoke. Show.
You're lying. Jason never looked like that.
Oh, he did. Let me tell you, Jason had the best head of hair. Jason and Grant were in the running for the best heads of hair on the station. We had Jim Cozumore on the station, TV Jim Cozumore. Yeah. He had a beautiful head of hair.
Neat.
So, anyways, as I continue to vamp here, Jason was doing updates for both Grant and Coz in the afternoon and evenings, and then also co-host with Coz especially. And Jason was having some technical issues. As I'll continue to vamp, because that's enough of. I can't extend that story at all. I will say, Russell is in our chat tonight and or this morning. Russell, I am convinced, who is a loyal it's like all of our most loyal listeners, I shouldn't say all, but some of them, I can, this is where I know we kind of do a half-ass show, because there's just something, there's a real big flaw with each of them. And like with Chris, he hit his head. With Russell, I'm starting to be convinced that Russell and Chris literally slammed into each other, hit their heads combined, and then kind of had different effects. And in Russell's case, what did he tweet last night? It was De'Aaron Fox doesn't care if we win or lose, I think is what
really
it was. Honest to God, like, especially this is immediately after the game. And like, if it was a troll bit, I honest to God, I'd tip my cap and be like, dude, that is fantastic. Like, that's something Chris Verlaud wouldn't do that, but again, it's trolly. But Russ is like dead serious. Like, in his mind, he truly believes that Fox just kind of, because Fox would like smile and hug somebody in the handshake or whatever, that he does not care if we win or lose. And Russ is saying he just wants his contract, which is hilarious considering he played through injury last year. He's playing through injury this year. I mean, how do you win or lose? If he sucks, well, then he sucks. But if he does really good and does stuff like 60 points and then follows it with 49, and then what do you have last night? 26, 28. If I don't know, if he averages 100 and what would that be then? 109 plus, so about what, 135, somewhere like that, divided by 3. So he's averaging like 45 points a game over his last 3. And he either sucks or he's just putting up stats for his bag. You can't win with Russ. Did you find it?
I did, but I'm going to leave this up to a little bit of interpretation, Dave, because part of the problem with this is this comes from a folder from the very own Chris Verlaud.
Oh, no.
And so as I was looking it up, there's so many things.
We could do a whole show.
Yes, and maybe be our last. So I believe this is it, but I want to reserve judgment. If something goes haywire, I am getting out quickly.
You're going to eject really quick? All right.
Yeah, but just for context, I'm not going to say what it's labeled because I believe I have the right thing. This is from April 24th, 2012. Okay. So let's see. I'm gonna fire away and see how we do here.
I'm scared.
Me too. I'm gonna fire away.
Jason Ross, it's 4 o'clock. How about that?
I'm scared.
Are we clear?
Me too.
No?
Oh, wait, you know what?
Oh, because you got the YouTube on.
Yeah, sorry. Let me start.
That's all right. We'll try. Okay, so this is Jason Ross doing a sports update 12 years ago when Don left his God voice on, and Jason didn't know how to turn it off.
1140 The Fan Sports Update.
I'm Jason Ross. It's 4 o'clock. How about that? Are we clear? No? Okay, well, we've got the deep voice going here. I don't know how to fix that. I'm going to switch mics.
How are we now, Chris?
Hey.
We good? All right, sorry about that. I don't know how that...
Wow, I sound like I was 4.
Wow.
How are we now, Chris? Okay, this is Jason Ross with your sports update on 11:40.
That was great.
Well, I like when I laughed at myself. Whoa.
I don't know how. This is the difference between you, a professional, and me, a moron child. Because I'd have done the whole update would have been me going like.
Well, I think I jumped back into it, but I wasn't sure. Should I try again?
Yeah, please.
1140 The Fan Sports Update.
I'm Jason Ross. It's 4 o'clock. How about that? Are we clear? No? Okay, well, we've got the deep voice going here. I don't know how to fix that. I'm going to switch mics.
How are we now, Chris? We good? All right. Sorry about that. I don't know how that happened. We'll have to get that adjusted in just a moment. That was a good prank. Anyway, let's start you out with the NBA as the Sacramento Kings tonight. They will be in action as they're going to take on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Good news for the Kings. DeMarcus Cousins is cleared as the technical was rescinded. So DeMarcus will play tonight. He's happy about that. We'll have our coverage beginning at the bottom of the hour and the tip-off at 5 o'clock. Clippers and Hawks, they will battle tonight. Miami is at Boston. You also have New Orleans at the Warriors and Phoenix at the Utah Jazz. Let's go to more NBA news. Mayor Kevin Johnson and Kings co-owner George Maloof spoke again this morning and have decided to meet in person within the next few days.
Spoiler alert.
Likely it could be a make-or-break session. All right, to baseball today, the Oakland A's, they will host the White Sox. That is at 7:05. You also have the Giants in action as they will take on the Cincinnati Reds. That one comes up a little bit later. And on the ice, the San Jose Sharks, of course, they are off for the season coming to an end. But you got the Panthers and the Devils as that'll be Game 6 of the series. Panthers lead that one 3-2. We can tell you it is 4:02, and it's time to deal with the good guys at Hoblet Dodge in Woodland, HobletDodge.com. We do have more of the Grand Apiary Show coming up here on 1140 The Fan.
Hey.
Man.
Wow. KHTK AM at HD, KNCI HD3, Sacramento.
1140 The Fan, Sacramento.
Yes.
There you go. I thought it went back into the voice.
We went back in time, and it was tiny little Jason, and he did a funny God voice update, and it was hilarious, but people didn't know what the heck was going on, and in the end, he went to his regular voice, and L was good again.
Honestly, one of these days, Dave, I am going to just fire away on all these emails I have saved from Chris.
Oh, hey, I know what day that will be.
What day will that be?
That'll be my last day.
I should probably turn the camera off when I do that. In theater of the mind, it doesn't work. All right, we'll take a break. Well, you want to take a break?
Okay, Dave.
Let's take a break. I feel like that one though. It's hard to hear that one, huh?
A little bit. I also feel like, it's we're in trouble.
Yeah, I think we've turned off our entire audience. But you know what, Jason? As we say, the show is for us. We will take a break. When we come back, hey, guys, we do have a big show for you. No, really, for real, we do. We have some Rookies of the Year named, and one not a surprise, one Jason will be a big fan of. So there's that. We have Kings Rewind, everybody's favorite Kings Rewind segment. Sean Salisbury will join us at 8:13. We got a lot to do today, and we also have a Kings Hawks recap. A lot of fired up Kings fans. So it's a 30-second break. We will hear from Jason Ross. He's going to give us a word about Sac State. Make sure your stingers are up. And Jason, you got that folder in front of you. So your assignment today, honestly, is when you get bored, you see something you recognize that's not going to get us fired. I say go for it, Jason. I think all day long, we should get in the time machine, make people feel a little bit happier. That's our job, is to distract and disrupt. So we'll do all that. We'll come back. Leading off is next.
HD3, Sacramento.
1140 The Fan, Sacramento.
Well done.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sacktown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San
Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Fox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Well, we want to tell you about what's coming up this weekend. You know what it is. It's the Causeway Classic. They've done this 69 other times. The 70th annual Causeway Classic. This Saturday, this time, it's for real. It's at Hornet Stadium, and you can get your tickets now at hornetsports.com. As UC Davis takes on Sacramento State, it will also be Native American Heritage Day and a salute to the graduating senior class of the Sacramento State football program that has won 3 Big Sky championships. So you can go to Hornet Stadium, 2 o'clock Saturday, to check out the Causeway Classic. Again, tickets on sale now at hornetsports.com, and Stingers up.
Don't you deserve healthcare you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare with Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. You can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans. Made for California, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Here's Herter to Ellis. Can he do it again? You bet he can! A career high 9 made 3-pointers for Keon Ellis. A career high 27 points. And with 5 minutes to play here in this third quarter, the Kings have an 8-point lead at 85-77.
Yeah.
Would it last?
Spoiler alert, no. And I guess there's a new rule. If you have a career high, you don't win. We've seen that twice now with De'Aaron Fox and with Keon Ellis on this homestand, a 2-2 homestand, Jason, that I guess, look, let's be fair. If you said that Monk and Sabonis and DeRozan were all going to be out for the bulk of the homestand, and in some cases the entire homestand, and you had Phoenix and you had Minnesota, I think we all would have walked away with 2-2. So I as always, we won a game that maybe we wouldn't have thought we'd win, the Phoenix game, and we lost a game that we thought we should have won, the Hawks game last night. It'd be nice to say it all evens out, but it really is a shame when Keon Ellis and De'Aaron Fox combined for 61 points. And just a massive game. I was so proud of Keon. I was so happy for him, as I think a lot of us were. Obviously, he's amazing on defense, but to see him break out like that, and I saw a stat last night, Jason, I think in college, I could be wrong here, but it's like, I'll find it. Like, he busted 20 points like twice or something. It was something silly. Like, this is by far his career high, and just not indicative necessarily of what he normally does. We're going to talk a lot about the refs today. We'll talk a lot about the free throw shooting. 18 for the Hawks, 19 for the Kings, but the difference there, maybe you could say 83% for the Hawks, 73%, uncharacteristic, at least this year, for the Sacramento Kings. A lot to get to here, a lot of disappointed fans. It was a sloppy game, and okay, the Kings are 8-7, and they're done with the road trip.
Yeah, the homestand. And I would say big picture, I mean, they did enough things to make you feel good about them, but also 2-2. And it kind of goes back to what you had said even before the homestand. Like, they've just been okay at home. And this was kind of an okay homestand, right? And there were reasons, like you said, all the guys that were out. But I don't know, and I hope we see it, but I'm pretty sure we saw Keon Ellis's best game. Like, will he ever have a better game? Will De'Aaron Fox ever have a better night than 60? I don't think either one will happen, and they lost both of those games. That's what's really frustrating.
We have a lot to get to today, in addition to recapping last night's game. Also, we have some updates. Cavalry is coming. We got injury updates on Monk, Sabonis, and DeRozan yesterday, and all of those were seemingly good update, so we could be seeing 1, 2, or all 3 of them here very, very soon. And also a very interesting subplot. And I don't want this to be drama, because it's not drama. The last thing you're going to get is drama out of the Keegan Murray family. But Keegan's dad got on Twitter yesterday and had some thoughts on Keegan and some of the shade. I think maybe he listens and sees Russell or whoever just whining about him. But some context behind what may be going on with Keegan. And I got to be honest, I agree with Papa Murray 100%. So we'll get into what he said yesterday and just look at the numbers and see if there's something there, Jason Ross. In the meantime, number 2.
Cut number 2.
Now it's 2nd and goal from outside the 10-yard line. Play clock is at 6. They got to snap this with 21 to play in the opening quarter. Pearsall is right. Jennings inside of Debo left. Brock again chased out by DeMonte Draymond Jones. Brock going to run for the end zone and dive for the end zone. Touchdown! San Francisco!
We're going to call that the Purdy Pylon.
Well, when it rains, it pours. And it's pouring in Santa Clara right now, coming out of the loss to the Seahawks. Brock Purdy is now on the injury report, dealing with soreness in his throwing shoulder, according to Kyle Shanahan. Now, they say at first it doesn't appear to be a long-term situation, but he will be watched very closely during the practice week. They're listing him at day-to-day. So we'll see how he performs. Obviously, you lose Purdy and you go into Green Bay. That's going to be that may just be a wrap there. It's not just Purdy though, as you know. Nick Bosa, his status is tenuous. The injured left hip and oblique. He had an oblique and right hip issue entering the Seattle game, but when he sacked Geno Smith with about 9 left in the third, he got the same pain in the other side, saying he was compensating. So between Bosa, Purdy, George Kittle's hamstring, Trent Williams' ankle, Charvarius Ward's got personal reasons. I guess the good news there is it's not an injury. The bad news is your thoughts are with Charvarius Ward, whatever he is going through. Jason, it is Jacob Cowing, the punt returner, is in concussion protocol. Tatum is going to miss an extended period, with a sprained MCL. Yeah, dude, it's tough acting Tinactin right now for the Niners.
Yeah, I still had a ton of belief in this team, but just like day by day, performance by performance, injury by injury, just chipping away at the confidence level of sometimes you have these years, like we always talk about, is this a team of destiny? Everything's going right. Well, Dave, a lot of things are not going right. Part of it is self-induced. Part of it is injury-related. They have not played well, and it's just getting farther and farther into the season where more and more doubts starting to creep in on whether or not this team can even make the playoffs.
Well, look, we get paid to analyze, and I don't want any sort of hot take happening here, but if Brock Purdy, George Kittle, Nick Bosa, and Trent Williams are not playing, I think the Niners have a far lesser chance of winning against Green Bay.
Hottest of takes.
Hottest. The take is so hot. It is burning. Cut number 3, please.
Cut number 3.
Here's a 1-0 to Freelick. Swinging a bouncer on to third. Hayes gloves. Throw to first. Got him. 7 no-hit innings for Paul Skeens in Milwaukee. On this Thursday afternoon, the all-star rookie of the Pirates getting applause from the Brewers fans. That's how well he has pitched today.
I doubt
it. Paul Skeens is on top of the world right now. He is in love with his gorgeous significant other, soon-to-be significant other from LSU. He is the envy of youngsters everywhere, and he is now your Rookie of the Year. Not really a surprise, although there was quite the race towards the end. And honestly, in any other year, Jackson Merrill gets it with the Padres, and he was just 3 points behind Paul Skeens. But Skeens is he's a generational talent, all-star, started the all-star game. Just a tremendous year for him. And also, hey, how about
Luis Gil?
How about Luis Gil, right? Look at that. What a great story there as well. Beat out Colton Cowser of the Orioles, who is now, I think, the 19th straight Baltimore Oriole to finish top 2 in Rookies of the Year. Boy, that team is loaded. Mason Miller. Say that again. Sorry.
Wait till they grow up.
Wait till they grow up. Austin Wells, another Yankee, getting votes. How about Mason Miller of the Athletics? He finishes, 4th, I believe. You had some other names in there as well. Good for them. But it was Luis Gil and Paul Skeens in baseball. Hey, the future's in good hands, Jason.
There's a ton of great players in the sport. They're really, they have it, and they've got some mega stars going right now. We just saw a pretty great World Series that featured a couple of them in Judge and Shohei Ohtani. But yeah, the sport's in good hands, and we're going to have it here in our community, Dave, in a few short months.
Hey, we're going to be able to see Aaron Judge play baseball. We will take a break. When we come back, Jason will lead you through the Kings-Hawks recap. We'll stick to the audio on this one for the most part. And De'Aaron Fox speaking post-game, and he had some comments about the referees. We'll be talking about that today quite a bit right here on your home of the Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Find what you love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. All kinds of beers and thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low. It just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
Only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly. Be 21.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
The holidays are always a great time to get together with family and friends, but nothing beats the thrill of Stockton Honda's deals. During Happy Honda Days, find the perfect ride in person or online. With over 400 new Hondas ready to go, now is the time to buy at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company. Sold on report.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting their focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
Welcome back to another exciting game day. Grab your rally towels, throw on your jerseys, cheer, shout, and save on your gas. That's right. Sports fans win big on home game days. Score instant savings of 25 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. And that's a victory for you and your tailgate team. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and game on. Restrictions apply. Limited time. At participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com.
Carmichael Dave here from my good friends at American Energy. Cool weather, if not cold weather, is in our future. You know that. It'll eventually get there, and American Energy wants to make sure your system is operating safely and properly. So now is the time to take advantage of the $49 fall tune-up inspection. That's regularly $119, but includes a full safety and duct inspection. And if your system's over 10 years old, it's free. The tune-up is on American Energy. Give them a call right now. They're offering $50 off your first recommended repair, or if you need a new furnace, that's half off the price of a new unit. American Energy been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You can check them out at theaeway.com for an instant quote. That's theaeway.com. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9998 now.
Insurance companies perform a very valuable service, but they want to keep their money. Although most cases settle before trial, it is paramount that the insurance companies know that if pressed, your legal team has the experience to take your case all the way. For 25 years, Ashton and Price has earned the reputation that if the insurance company isn't fair, we're ready to force them to be fair. My mom used to warn me, wait till dad gets home. Think of us as dad. The best part, there's no fee until we win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Black Friday is on its way at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet, and there's no better place to shop for all your power tools. Low price Makita Bear tools starting at $89, Makita batteries starting at just $49, and many more of the year's hottest deals. November 25th through December 2nd. That's right, one whole week of crazy deals on power tools. So don't forget, our Black Friday sale will be November 25th through December 2nd. Check us out at 6701 Power Inn Road or online at fastenersinc.net.
Facts are facts, and the facts show that for eliminating hip, knee, back, leg, and foot pain, it's the Good Feet personalized arch support system, clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good Feet arch supports are designed to help put your feet and whole body back in pain-relieved proper alignment. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Book your free fitting at Good Feet in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. Jason's a better person than I, so I'll handle this real quick, or not handle it, but address it. Welcome to everybody in the chat. You can watch us on YouTube. Please do subscribe. Oh, by the way, my dad's texting me. I starting last week when I was hurting a little bit. Sometimes the migraines are harbingers of things to come. I know a lot of you have. There's a bug going around. I don't know what the hell it is. I thought I caught it from Nate, but I was feeling rough yesterday, and that continues. So out of an abundance of caution, because that's the world we live in now, I am at the home studio, which is my backyard gazebo. That's what we call the home studio, Jason. So I'm here. My dad was upset that I had not mentioned that, so excuse me. And also, we'll address Russell in the chat later. If you guys are in the chat, we always welcome opposing views and different views and all that, but I don't know if you're blaming De'Aaron Fox for these recent Kings losses or just overall, then I don't know what to say. And I know this is a terrible, terrible thing to say, but that's what we call on the internet a casual take. It really, truly is. I think Russ is upset that De'Aaron's not taking a machete to the scorer's table after losses, that he might, hug and smile somebody. It's like, guys, you ever watch a boxing match? You ever watch two guys hate each other, go into it, kill themselves, and then they hug and smile afterwards, win or lose? It's called sportsmanship. It's called trying to turn it off after. You're talking about one of the, if not the clutchest player in the league, who plays hurt on a regular basis, who's a tremendous scorer, who by the numbers, at least as of a week ago, is the best on-ball defender in the league, who led the league in steals last year. So you've got clutch, scoring, defense, and if you don't think De'Aaron Fox has heart, you're not watching. There are 14 other guys on the team, and they need to step up. And this might be the only time I compare the two, but to say De'Aaron Fox is the reason why the Kings are losing would be as asinine as blaming Michael Jordan his rookie year when he was averaging God knows what, but his teammates were doing absolutely nothing, and saying, well, Michael's just scoring in empty calories. And then a guy named Scottie Pippen came in, and the rest of that team, and that Jordan guy turned out okay. I'm going to blame a lot of things, and De'Aaron Fox ain't perfect, but it ain't De'Aaron Fox. That's just a disease we have here in Sacramento, where you just blame the best player. And I'm the guy who said he should get traded a few years ago. Like, it's okay to be wrong, guys. Anyways, Jason Ross, back to you.
All right, let's take you through last night. It was a painful beginning. Really, the beginning and the end were kind of brutal for the Kings, but the first 6 minutes couldn't have started worse for Sacramento.
Former King Bogdan Bogdanovic in the game for the first time. Run to the rim, throw ahead from Trae Young, easy score. Onyeka Okongwu. Timeout, Mike Brown. And this Kings assemblage is frankly stunned.
You could hear the buzz in the building, couldn't you, in the background, Dave?
We talked about that. You know, we talked about how, and again, this isn't, you have to be careful here because it sounds like you're fan bashing, and I'm not fan bashing here, but I think it's the psychosis that we have as fans where it is easy to take that crowd out.
Yeah, but it was 22-6, so they're playing terribly, missing everything, but as easy as it is to take them out, by the end of the quarter, they had already tied it.
Keon on the right wing against Bogdanovich. Probes, looks in the paint. It's a cutting Fox. Circles to the baseline. Throws it out to McLaughlin. Touch pass to Doug McDermott for three. He's got the triple. The Kings from 16 down in the first quarter have tied the score for the first time. A 24-8 push by Sacramento.
All right, so nice job by the Kings having it right back within a one-possession game going into the second quarter. Then, Dave, we started to watch something pretty special go on because someone had to step up, and that someone was Keon Ellis.
One dribble, handoff goes to Keon. He's feeling it. He's firing it. He scores again! Keon Ellis, 6 for 6 for 18 points from distance. Kings have their biggest lead. It's 46-37.
And good old Keon was just getting started, 6 for 6 at that point. We go into the second half, and more from Keon and more on his career night.
Here's Herter to Ellis. Can he do it again? You bet he can. A career high 9 made 3-pointers for Keon Ellis. A career high 27 points. And with 5 minutes to play here in this third quarter, the Kings have an 8-point lead at 85-77.
Well, again, they were up or down 16 early, led by 11, so a 27-point swing. After that highlight, Kings were up 8. After this one in the fourth quarter, it was looking bleak for the Kings.
Kings fans with bated breath watching De'Aaron Fox drive into traffic, hangs, floats the shot up. It's no good. The rebound is steered by Dyson Daniels over to Young. Fox got knocked down in the backcourt by Hunter. No call. Young drives, kicks. They swing to Hunter, wide open for three. That's like target practice there. De'Aaron Fox going to get teed up. Yep, he just got it.
Yeah, frustrations at that point. Kings down 4 in the closing moments, looking like it was going to be over, but Sacramento would have one more chance in the closing seconds.
The teammate back to Young, drops to the corner. DeAndre Hunter launches a prayer. It's no good. The Kings get the rebound. They don't take a timeout. 8 seconds to go. Down by 1. Here comes De'Aaron Fox. Spins away from Hunter. Hesitates. Steps back. Ball stripped out of his hands by Dyson Daniels. And that may be the ball game. Time has expired. I believe there was a whistle from the officials. It was either going to be for a foul or the fact that the game is over. The clock indicates no time. The officials are all standing in midcourt. Atlanta is celebrating. Henry, what are you looking at?
His foot's on the line. He's out of bounds. And the ref is looking right at it.
I guess the question is, was the ball already out of his hands or not?
Hey, pipe down.
I don't think they're going to look at it.
They're not going to look at it. They're coming over and picking up their jackets.
No jackets for you.
No jackets for you.
Did you get a look at that final?
Yeah, I did. Here's my opinion on it. So I said on Twitter it was a foul. And by the way, we talked about this yesterday morning. I freaking love Dyson Daniels. He is such a stud. And I know Kings fans don't want to hear this right now, but he's going to be all defensive first team at 21 years old. And it's funny because that was his first steal all night, weirdly enough. Here's the thing. Was it a foul? Maybe. Because here's why there's confusion. There are pictures floating around from Atlanta fans that show Dyson Daniels' hand clearly on the ball. There are also pictures from Kings fans that are floating around that many of you have probably seen with Dyson Daniels' hand clearly on nothing but De'Aaron Fox's forearm.
Well, he has 2 hands.
He does have 2 hands. But when you go back and because I freaking Zapruder filmed that replay for a while. It's a Kennedy reference. And here's what I believe happened. and this is what I believe the 2-minute report will reflect today. I think Dyson Daniels came down on the ball, and then in the process of De'Aaron moving the ball, Daniels' hand slid from the ball to the forearm, and that is not a foul. And I think that's what the 2-minute report will say. Now, that I believe they will not say is a foul, and it's probably the correct call. However, you have the other part, which was Daniels' back foot out of bounds. Again, when you look at the replay, this is one of those things like in the NFL where it's like, dude, was the tip of the rubber of his cleat touching the white? There's one angle that shows Daniels' heel clearly up. Was it up enough to be off the baseline? I don't know, but Jason, I don't think it would have been enough. I think in either case, had either of those calls been reviewed, I do not think they would have been overturned. And a couple of things here. Number one, we talked about this yesterday. I just didn't think it would take a day. There were 2 blown calls in Sacramento's favor against Utah. And again, I know we don't want to hear that, but the refs will blow calls. I don't think they blew that call towards the end. I think they blew plenty of other calls during the entire game, but Atlanta had, I think, 1 or 2 less free throws than the Kings. The Kings had ample opportunities. I'm all about blaming the refs. I really am. I'm that guy. You know that, but I'm not blaming the refs for this one. The Kings put themselves in that position with that, having to fight back in that open. They were sloppy with the ball. I think 17 turnovers throughout the night. I'm not blaming the refs on this one. They played with their food a little bit. They're overworked. There's, like 9 games in 4 days they just got done with. Half the team is hurt. There are a lot of reasons, but I'm not gonna blame the refs on this one, Jay.
Yeah, and it's too bad they couldn't have just found a way to get through it, even if they scored there or found some other recipe that got them to win by 1, like Atlanta won by 1. And the world of difference of being 3 games above 500 between 1 game above 500. The homestand would have been 3-1. You would have swept the Hawks. There was just so many more positives, and then knowing that yes, it looks like Sabonis and DeRozan are coming back very soon, maybe as soon as Friday. And Malik's not far behind him. So the reinforcements are coming. Yeah. It just would have been nice to go into that with a win last night, even if they weren't at their best.
Well, the only thing that's going to make me feel better, I don't know about you Kings fans, is I would like to hear a little bit about Gonzalez's loss. So hopefully, Jason, can you take care of that during the break?
I plan to.
Okay, good. We'll do that. Quick break here. When we come back, let's talk about Keon Ellis and some numbers showing you how special Keon Ellis's night was, especially for him. We'll also hear from him post-game as well, right here in your home of the Kings, Sacktown Sports.
1140 Sacramento.
Join Sacramento State football this Saturday at 2 for the Causeway Classic versus UC Davis. Get your tickets at HornetSports.com.
De'Aaron Fox plays here.
Stolen by Fox. Breakaway coming up for De'Aaron. And a simple, casual spike to the left hand.
The Kings lead by 3. Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Hey there, we know the holidays are coming up, and the holidays can be a tough season for a lot of people. Hopefully it's a joyous time for you, but sometimes they can be tough. So don't be afraid of your past this upcoming holiday season as an expungement. That can help you. It really can. It can help you get a job. It can help you get your constitutional rights back. And an expungement offers you the opportunity to get your life back in order. And right now, Gonzalez Law in downtown Sacramento is offering discounts on expungements now through Christmas. The number to get there is 916-304-9187 and the website, saclegaldefense.com. Now, the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez has been doing amazing work in our community for a long, long time. And yes, expungements are an area of expertise for him. So if you got something that's following you from your past that you'd like to clear up that record, he can help you with that. Also, maybe you've been in a wrongful termination case, maybe an auto accident, maybe a sexual harassment case. You never know when you need representation, but you're going to want someone that's on your side, someone that can help you, and someone that's got the expertise, and that is the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez right here in downtown Sacramento, here to help and wants to help. Again, the number is 916-304-9187. Go to saclegaldefense.com.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our clients' portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more. And then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
With NBA League Pass, you can keep up with the whole league.
Wait, is this for real?
For real.
So I can choose from so many live games?
Yeah, up to 4 with multi-view.
And watch my favorite players dunk?
From every angle, home or away.
Wow, unbelievable.
Believe it, kid. With NBA League Pass, it's all possible. NBA League Pass, your home for streaming hoops.
Only select out-of-market games available and local blackout restrictions apply. Additional charges and other conditions may apply. Visit NBA.com/subscriber agreement for full terms and conditions.
Coach Doug Christie here for your truck headquarters, Folsom Lake Ford. Shop all your favorite models on sale now, like America's best-selling F-Series. Check out a huge selection of Mavericks, F-150s, and Super Duty trucks, or tech-filled SUVs like Explorers and Expeditions. Plus a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports. All in stock now at Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall. Right now, buy any new Ford with 0 down on approval of credit. Save big with low interest finance rates. And Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. Hurry to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall, a 6-time Triple Crown winner for sales and service excellence. That's why they are my trusted dealer, and they should be yours too. For 35 years and counting, come down and take a test drive today. Tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you, or shop online at FolsomLakeFord.com.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you target the right audience, build your leads, and crush your quota. Take your business to the next level. Our digital marketing strategies help grow awareness of your product or service, all while building trust in your business. Our approach involves leveraging multiple tools and strategies to deliver exceptional results that are customized to your unique business needs. Don't wait to run out of sales leads. Keep your business growing. Get started with aimyourdigital.com today.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Knocks at the elbow, gives it up to Keon, going for another one. He's got the triple. He's equaled his career high from downtown. It's his 8th one. Kings lead by 8. It's 80-72. And the Keon Ellis Show running strong at Golden One.
Yeah, Jason, not to overreact here, but let's have a conversation about Keegan Ellis, Keon Murray, Keon Ellis, who, look, let's be fair. You don't want to overreact after that performance, just like you don't want to overreact when he was struggling. I mean, I don't want to say he was borderline unplayable, but over the last few games, this dude was very hesitant. Finding his shot, and extremely frustrating as well. Sam Vecini has the stat I was looking for. Keon Ellis never scored 33 in a game at Alabama, and he only had 20 or more points 3 times. He's only had more than 15 points 10 times in 2 years. So to see him get that hot is amazing. And I think the conversation needs to be had, and we'll go back to a conversation we had at the beginning of the year. I need somebody to, at this point, I need to hear the argument for Kevin Huerter starting over Keon Ellis. Because at this point, I don't know what it is, other than the thing I hear most is, the bench needs to have firepower. Well, okay, if you can't go to the bench and have firepower, then why are you starting? We get emotional and we get distracted by big performances, small performances, positive and negative. Let me just throw some numbers out at you, Jason. Offensive rating, just understand that the higher the number, the better. Keon Ellis offensive rating is, you know what? Let's get back to that. Let's start with defensive rating because that's what you expect with Keon. The lower the number, the better you are. Keon Ellis's defensive rating is a team leading 104.0. Just to give you an idea of context, Sabonis is at 110, Malik's at 108, De'Aaron Fox is at 110. Keon Ellis is at 104.0. Kevin Huerter, 116.0. Now let's go to offensive rating. Well, that's why you have Kevin in there, right? I mean, the threes, the offensive rating, all that fun stuff. Keon Ellis's offensive rating is 116.3. Kevin Huerter's offensive rating is 108.1. You're seeing an almost identical flip on both sides when it comes to things like field goal percentage, expected field goal percentage. Keon Ellis, 63.2. Kevin Huerter, 53.8. True shooting, 66.8, 54.1. And usage, Keon Ellis, 12.7 to Huerter, 17.3. There's just, in my mind at this point, Jason, I'm not going to say there's no justifiable reason to do that because I'm not a coach, I'm not a GM, and I'm not the smartest guy in the world. But it is, especially after nights like last night, I find myself wondering, why is Keon Ellis nuts? Why do we not have a Fox Ellis backcourt? Why are we not at least giving that a run?
I don't have a great answer. I mean, the irony is, I think, like, if we're saying it today, it's tougher to support Kevin Huerter over Keon Ellis based on their games last night. Keon, that was the best of his career. Kevin Huerter was, 1 of 10 from 3. But I think Kevin Huerter's in this stretch. Like, if we look at Huerter's last 4 games, he had, 9 points, then 18, then 4, then 22. So, I mean, you have averages for a reason, and you love the 22 and the 18, and that's kind of why you have him in, spreading the floor. His ability to shoot. He's actually been, I think, way better defensively this year than I remember.
Agreed.
Not that he's Keon Ellis. So I think the argument, and you asked for I mean, I'm speaking for them, would be in that starting 5, that the normal starting 5, that's, we're talking about Sabonis and DeRozan. I think he helps round that out pretty well. But I also feel like the same argument could be made for Keon. Like, look, maybe DeRozan and Sabonis, I'm going to say defensive deficiencies, which is a little bit of a knock on them that I don't know if it's as much as prominent as some think, but Keon Ellis would help that out. If you look at maybe Sabonis and DeRozan's 3-point shooting, you could argue that Huerter would help that out. But if Keon, who's actually been a really good 3-point shooter in his short career, I mean, I think there are answers for both. I think the other one is there's a little bit of duplication with Monk and Huerter coming off the bench, a little bit, and even McDermott. But I think you could sort that all out if you made the switch. I wouldn't be absolutely married to the starting lineup.
No, and I agree with everything you said about Kevin Huerter. And again, I say this every single time. We are charter members of the Kevin Huerter fan club. The strides he's made, the fact that he has dealt with injury, the way he works on defense. I'm trying to take emotion and my love for him out of the equation and just look at. It's not really so much about Kevin as it's about Keon, and I really want to explore that. Is Keon Ellis a journeyman type that's going to pop up with is he I don't want to call him the Sammy Watkins of the NFL because that's unfair to Keon, but is he going to be that guy that pops up with a performance like this every once in a while? Like Harrison Barnes was kind of like that. Or is he a guy that, given some rope and given some movement, would be able to be? He's already an all defensive caliber first, second team type player. And now you got him scoring 33 points. Granted, that's almost certainly an anomaly, but I'd like to find out how much of an anomaly it is.
Yeah, so I'm just doing this, and again, totally unfair, and there's way more context to this. So I have Kevin Huerter's game log up here. So let me see, Dave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times this season, Kevin Huerter has scored 10 or less. All 5 of those games, the Kings lost. So obviously the other games he's scored double figures. They're 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, 6-0, 7-0. They lost the one time to the Lakers, game 2 of the season. They're 7-1 when Huerter scores double figures.
And 0 and what when he scores under 10?
0 and 5 must be the rest, right? Yeah, 0 and 5.
0-5, 7-1 in double figures, 0-5 without. I don't know what that tells me.
Is that not adding up right? I feel like I'm missing
Probably
some games.
not.
I think we're short a couple games.
Did he miss a couple games?
I don't remember hurt or missing.
Interesting.
Let me do. I'll try to do this again. Sorry, I was doing this.
Either way, it's a pretty compelling stat. I just don't. Honestly, I don't know what it. On the surface, it seems to me like, well, Kevin Huerter is the key to this team when it comes to that extra scoring, and when he's on, the Kings are incredibly hard to beat. The other part of it is you've got 5 games where 5 out of 15 where he scored under 10 points. So
yeah, he did miss the 2 games, the Heat and the Raptors.
Gotcha.
Yeah, where they also went 1-1. But still, that's interesting though, that every time, because I was just looking here recently, I'm like, wow, there's a bunch of 10, 11, 17, 22, 18. I'm like, oh, they won all of those games when Huerter's in double figures, with the exception of that second game of the year.
Yeah. Well,
so we'll keep an eye on that.
We'll keep an eye on that. Sorry, my dog was
so cute.
My dog was sniffing the.
Oh.
You thought the sad thing is you had no. There was you honestly thought that was probably me sniffing into the microphone. That's Gracie making her. I don't think this is her debut, but
no.
For those of you watching on YouTube, see this cute little dog. This dog is a psycho. She looks cute. She is the most psychotic dog I've ever had. It's just not close. She fools you with cuteness, and then next thing you know, she has taken everything out of the garbage and spread it around, and then taken a dump in the living room and looks at you like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Well, you know what I'd like to do, Gracie? I'd like to hear from Keon Ellis post-game. Any way we can pull that off, Jason Ross? Great.
Let's see if we can.
Let's see if we
After
can.
the slow start, what changed for you specifically in terms of trying to get your shot going?
I can't say really anything changed. I just know like when I got in there, just tried to, attack every opportunity I had. Like if it's open shot, just take it. Just always try to make the aggressive play and, just let the chips fall where they do. So just kind of try to go in and be aggressive.
Keon, even when you already had a handful of made threes, it seems like you were continuing to get a lot of space, or they were battling under on threes, especially when Fox was out there with you. Can you speak a little bit to, even when you have the hot hand, how this offense opens up space and opportunity for you to still get good looks?
Well, I think that just goes to the talent that we have on the floor. Like I think with the team we have, you're kind of going to force like the role players to beat you. So if I make a couple of threes, I'm pretty sure they'll adjust a little bit, but I'm not like a Fox type of player where a teams would just double me or, try to blitz me or anything. So they're going to continue to try to see if I can keep it going. So I think Fox is still applying pressure where they have to really focus in on him, and he's creating the open looks. We still have other guys that you have to pay attention to. So, and then, the shots just come where they come from. So within the flow of the game. So I think that's just how that ends up happening most of the time.
Well, it was a massive, massive night. Fun to see him to have that individually.
It was, and good for Keon. And it sucks that Keon's performance and Fox's 60, their own too. The 2 games they lost on this road trip around this. God, why do I keep saying that? The 2 games they lost on this homestand came from De'Aaron Fox's 60. And here's another way to put it. They combined for 93 points in each loss. I'm not even counting their other points in the other 2, Fox's in last night and Keon's during Fox's 60. It's just unfortunate that but maybe there's a lesson there too. Maybe there's a lesson in spreading the scoring as opposed to one guy doing the bulk of it. I don't know. We're going to try to figure this all out together. I see on the text line, by the way, at 44, excuse me, at 1-800-920-11. Nope, excuse me, at 91. God dang, David, 916-339-1140. Can you guys come up with a theory as to why Keegan Murray has been so inconsistent this year? Well, I'll tell you what, we don't have to, because Keegan's dad, Kenyon Murray, had some thoughts last night that he shared, and I think they're rather interesting. So we'll take a break. We've got Kings Rewind at the top of the hour, which we've blown through this break. We'll do that, and we'll also we'll present the Keegan Murray theory as well. See if there's any meat to that bone. We'll do all that right after this.
11:40
Perfect.
And I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light.
start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body?
Hey, this is Greg Papa. Are you working through a major insurance claim? SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to, not what just some adjuster working for an insurance company thinks you should get. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
I'm so happy to have welcomed to the show the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, and I've mentioned it before. They're absolute titans in this industry, as they have been a proven established business in our area for over 70 years. And you know it too, because imitation is the finest form of flattery, and others have tried to do it. They've tried to copy and grab onto their success, but there is only one Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, and that's why you look for that identifier. There it is right there for you, the red ribbon logo. And here's what you'll find when you contact them at 916-421-3747, or you look at their website. It's ohdsac.com, and you'll see an incredible selection of garage doors that will do more to improve the value of your home than you could ever possibly imagine. Now, you might need a brand new door, like I mentioned. You might need a simple repair to your existing door. They've got you covered either way, whether it's residential or commercial. They are here to take care of your needs. And while you're getting your information about Overhead Door, when you're looking them up or calling them, mention me, Jason Ross, or us right here at Sacktown Sports, and you'll receive $100 off a new garage door paired with a new garage door opener. They are simply great at what they do, and they will, the people that you get to work with, you'll see at how they've been making homeowners happy and just people happy. They're great to work with, incredible people, and you'll be impressed with the work. Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, the original overhead door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
Welcome back to another exciting game day. Grab your rally towels, throw on your jerseys, cheer, shout, and save on your gas. That's right, sports fans win big on home game days. Score instant savings of 25 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. And that's a victory for you and your tailgate team. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and game on. Restrictions apply. Limited time. At participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. SubcontractorsUnited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
Time to gear up. It's the Black Friday and Gold Saturday open house event at Roseville Power Sports. Located at 360 North Sunrise Avenue, we're your home for the best deals on Can-Am side-by-sides, ATVs, and Ski-Doo snowmobiles. Now's the time to save thousands on a brand new Can-Am or Ski-Doo. And check out the all-new Can-Am Maverick R with an incredible 240 horsepower. A Maverick R is built to conquer any terrain, bringing unmatched power and excitement to your off-road adventures. Plus, save 30 to 50% on accessories. Helmets, jackets, gear, everything you need to ride in style and safety. This Black Friday and Saturday only. And it's not just about the savings. It's an open house event you won't want to miss. Join us for food, prizes, and more this Black Friday. So head to Roseville Power Sports this Black Friday and Gold Saturday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And let's kick off the holiday season with incredible deals and tons of fun. Some restrictions apply. See store for details. Offers valid on 2024 and prior product while supplies last. Happy holidays from Roseville Power Sports.
It's Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room. And guess what? Primetime football is back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. As always, offering the best food, the best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. So check them out, Capital Casino, and always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Facts are facts, and the facts show that for eliminating hip, knee, back, leg, and foot pain, it's the Good Feet personalized arch support system, clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good Feet arch supports are designed to help put your feet and whole body back in pain-relieved proper alignment. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Book your free fitting at Good Feet in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Well, Chris Verlot is mad because we're breaking late today. And he wants us to break on time. So, Kyle, you got to tell us to break because Jason's a pro. I'm not. So, mainly tell me to break. Also, Chris, maybe don't go fishing. How about that? Maybe don't take a week off so you can do a 2-hour fishing trip. How about that? Just saying. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, Kyle Ledbetter filling in for Chris, and we hope Chris brings back lots of crab. Nope, not those kind, the kind you can eat, and rockfish and all that fun stuff as he enjoys himself. Thanksgiving week next week. We'll have an interesting schedule then. We'll let you know about. And Jason, during the break, or before the break, I should say, somebody from the 916 said, hey, can you guys come up with a theory as to why Keegan Murray has been so inconsistent? Well, as we get to Kings Rewind here in just a second, Kenyon Murray, Keegan's dad, was speaking yesterday on Twitter. And by the way, for those of you who are not aware of Kenyon Murray, he's a wonderful guy. This is, I know we have Marvin Dadley PTSD. This is not that. This is him as a coach, just seeing his son get shade from people like Russ and providing a little context behind it. And I'll leave it to you guys to decide. But when it comes to what's going on with Keegan, here's an interesting stat we'll start off with. He has the most miles ran of any player in the NBA. And if you're wondering how they figure that out, it's a combination of their tech, the little sports bras a lot of them wear underneath, and some other things camera related that allows you to figure out just exactly how far these guys are running. Not only is Keegan Murray top 4 in minutes played, he's run more than anybody in the league. On top of that, though, him leading the league in minutes played, him running all over the place more than anybody in the league, he has a lower usage rate than he had his rookie year. And this is going to go back to the conversation we've had since before the season started. It's great to have Fox and DeMar DeRozan and Domantas Sabonis. That's fantastic. But what's going to happen, and what I think we've seen happen, is we've seen Keegan Murray kind of get X'd out a little bit. And he's needing to find his spots, and there just aren't a lot of spots. And when he does have them, he's obviously not in rhythm. His dad also mentioned that in college, and how he got to be the number 3 pick was his ability to post mismatches and to move the ball in transition were his 2 best assets. His shooting's actually come around later on in the NBA to the level it is. They're not getting him the ball as much as they have in the past on those post mismatches. And when you combine that with what he's being asked to do on the defensive end, I think, and I'm not saying this in a negative way, I'm not saying this in a poo-pooing way. I think the surface analysis is Keegan's having trouble finding his own shot, and he's not able to hit the shots he has that are open. Excuse me. And by the way, there's points there. Those are valid points. But I think if we look at the way he's being used and the adjustments he's having to make, Jason, because of these additions and what he's being asked to do defensively, I just think there's more context than Keegan Murray forgot how to play basketball.
Always, right? Yeah, there's always way more. I mean, way more layers into any of this kind of stuff. So it's not as simple as just one thing going wrong. But yeah, I'm not really that worried at all about Keegan Murray.
I'm not either. He will come around. It's, again, the guy has shown improvement every single year. He is a true blue 3-and-D guy. And, you know, something that stuck in my head, we'll get to Kings Rewind here. I was, oh, here we go. Look at me, Louie. I was having a conversation about 2 weeks ago with Monty McNair offline. And the one thing he said that I will share, and Monty is great about giving background and context, and it's off record. It just helps people like me who aren't smart sound smart. But there was one thing he said that I thought was a pretty salient point, and I'll use it. I'll use his I'll use his philosophy on Keegan Murray. If we were in games 50 through 64, and Keegan Murray was shooting the percentages he's shooting, we probably wouldn't even blink an eye at it. But when you start a season, and that is the only number to go off of, bad streaks and good streaks stand out way, way, way more than they normally would in the middle of the year. And I think there's a little part of that, too, psychologically on us, that we're looking at Keegan trying to adjust to all of this. We're saying that's how he's going to be all year long. I don't think that's the case. There's been no evidence to that as of yet, Jason.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yep.
All right. Kings Rewind.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Right
Well, the Kings took the floor Monday night for the 6th time in 9 days.
Water is for cowards. Water makes you weak. Water is for washing blood off that uniform, and you don't get no blood on my uniform. Boy, you must be outside your mind.
This time they were facing the Atlanta Hawks for the 2nd time this season.
Where you representing? ATL, shout it!
For Sacramento, still no Monk, still no Sabonis, and still no DeRozan.
This is fine. Don't worry about it at all.
The injury report looks promising, though, as those guys should be back soon, but it would be another battle without primetime players.
Are you ready for a war?
Don't worry, the Kings do have the reigning Western Conference Player of the Week, as De'Aaron Fox was ready to go.
What does the fox say?
His counterpart, the league's best perimeter defender this season, Dyson Daniels.
Dylan.
The beginning of the game couldn't have been worse, as the Kings were down 22-6 and the fans were getting restless.
Wow.
Before the quarter was even over, Sacramento got hot from beyond the arc, and the threes were falling at a rapid rate.
Yeah.
In the second quarter, Keon Ellis went into takeover mode as he was on absolute fire. The Kings have been brutal from downtown all season, but Monday was different. This was a different scenario because there ain't no party like a three-point party, and the three-point party don't stop.
You're so white.
Oh.
At halftime, the Kings owned a narrow 2-point lead and were looking to hang on.
Thank you, Little Roots. Please stay strong.
The second half was back and forth, and by the fourth quarter, the Kings' lead was 4 points.
Not bad at all.
As bad as the first 6 minutes of the game were for the Kings, the entire fourth was worse for Sacramento.
And all this time, I've been going through such pain and personal anguish. Such hell!
The Kings shot 4 of 22 from the floor and just 1 of 11 from 3.
Let it ride.
They were getting upset too as De'Aaron Fox picked up his first technical foul of the season.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on. Let's get nuts.
With the game in the balance, the Kings still had their chances. They got the one last stop they needed, and with 8 seconds to go and the ball in Fox's hands, the arena was on their feet in anticipation.
I can't watch.
Dyson Daniels' denial of De'Aaron determined the decision.
Dylan.
Hawks win by 1.
I had the ball with 3 seconds left. Then Belding starts yelling, "Shoot your hopes and dreams." By the time I realized he meant the ball, the game was over.
The Kings had to endure a painful loss.
What happened? We won, right? We cheered.
Snap out of it. We lost. Well, you lost.
As they spoil a career-high night from Keon Ellis.
First time.
Nope.
The Kings split the season series with Atlanta and split the homestand at 2-2. Next up, 3 days off until they visit the Intuit Dome and face the Los Angeles Clippers.
A great big bushy beard.
Yes, James Harden it up. Until then, bye-bye for now.
Goodbye.
And there you go.
Hey.
Last night.
Look at that. Was that Chris or Kyle or both?
Chris. Well, it was both, but Chris is in fine workings there again.
Look at that. That's great teamwork. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, that's your Kings Rewind. You can check that if you missed that. I can't wait for us to get a sponsor for that one. That'll absolutely complete the benchmark. When we come back, 3 for Madness coming up right after this.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
How was your drive to school?
Let me tell you, I had to get my iced coffee first. I just can't seem to put it down. My favorite rapper just announced a tour. My phone was buzzing like crazy. I'm so excited. I had to text all my friends right then to talk about it. Then someone started calling me and...
Let's try that again.
I turned my phone off right away. I never drive distracted.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppables, you just toss, wash, wow, for all day freshness.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
My goodness, man. Is it, I don't want to be anecdotal because our chat is, tends to be a bit manic, but woof. By the way, MC hates your Kings Rewind, Jason, and he's always a fan of yours. He does not like it. Yeah. I don't know why he's saying that, but he's blaming me for the fact that he doesn't like it. He's always great to you. So that surprises me. That really does. Unnecessary shots by MC. Springing the showdown completely with that. Wow. By the way, I love this segment. MC doesn't, though. Also, I'm wondering if our chat, have they adopted Keegan Murray as this year's GOAT? Is he like, are fans turning on Keegan Murray? Are we seeing this? Or is it just like the 3 guys in here that turn on everybody?
It seems like it's that.
Yeah, maybe we need a Twitter poll. I don't get that. Look, no one's saying Keegan Murray's playing at an all-star level. I mean, honestly, no one is saying he's playing at another, that there are flaws or aren't flaws, but my goodness, look at what's surrounding the guy. You finally got a 3-and-D guy who's struggling with his 3 right now, but he's a career 38% 3-point shooter. We're 15 games into the season.
Yeah, the last 2 games, the team shot the 3-ball better, right? 19 yesterday, the other game, which was a season high, and yesterday they topped it. So that's a good sign. That's starting to come around as a team. Hopefully he will soon too.
And when you default to, well, what's the record, which is what Russ was using on Fox, just stop watching basketball. Like, seriously, flush your head. Because of Keegan Murray? Do you remember all those years we couldn't play any defense? And by the way, I don't think Keegan's been as good at defense this year as he has in the past either. I think he's getting the toughest assignment every night, and I think they're using him.
I think he's been pretty good.
Say that again?
I think he's been pretty good defensively. He had a lot of assignment on Trae Young last night, and I know Young was a facilitator, but he wasn't the scorer that he normally is.
I don't disagree. I just don't know what the hell people are watching. Look, there's problems with the team.
Right.
You're saying Fox and Keegan Murray are getting the bulk of the crap. What are we doing?
Right.
Do we need to drug test the fan base? And when I shouldn't say the fan base, I should say the chat room.
Yeah.
That was wrong. All right. 4-down territory. First down.
It's later.
Yeah, definitely that. 3 for Madness number 1. Will we be watching a preview of the Eastern Conference Finals tonight between the Cleveland Cavaliers and Boston Celtics?
I don't think so. And the Cleveland Cavaliers might just be my Pittsburgh Steelers of basketball, where I look, it was a couple weeks ago. The Warriors were coming into town. The Warriors were hot as hell, and I think the Cavs were up 40 in the first half. They've passed every test so far. In fact, exactly, I believe 15 of them. Now, look, this is a huge one. They go into Boston and they beat Boston. That's saying a lot. I still think Boston and ultimately the Knicks are the class of the Eastern Conference. I just top to bottom, I think they're the best team, but there's a lot of season to go. And right now, Cleveland has done everything they've been asked. They've looked fantastic. And this is a good team. Remember, we talked about this earlier, Jason, a few weeks ago. This is the same team that I think won 17 of 18 last year. So they've this is nothing new. They just, again, happen to be doing it at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I think Cleveland, the hard thing about any of this is when a team hasn't done it, that we haven't seen them do it before. Like, they've won regular season games. I think they're great. Obviously 15-0. They've beaten already New York on their win resume, Orlando, LA, Milwaukee a couple times, Golden State. Like, these are great wins. Boston would be another one. If they lose, I don't think they're not ready, but I think they have to prove it in April and May. That's what we really have to wait for. So I think there's more trust even in a team like Milwaukee, who's done it, who's struggling, maybe even Philly, who's really struggling, certainly New York, and everybody believes Boston could do it. So it's just tough because we haven't seen it. But I think tonight will be an opportunity to see what they're made of when they face the defending champs, obviously.
Number 2.
Question 2.
All right. Which Western Conference team has surprised you the most 15 games into the NBA season?
You know, it's funny. This computer, I haven't used it since I was over in England, so it still shows the NBA standings as tables, which throws me. What team has surprised me the most? You know, honestly, I guess I gotta say the Lakers at 9-4. I didn't really think the Lakers would be. I thought the Lakers would be, and by the way, they still could be a 500 team. I mean, there's shout out to the New Orleans Pelicans sitting at 4-10, Jason. But other than that, I mean, we thought the Thunder would be the 1 seed. The Warriors look to be improved. Phoenix without Durant and Beal is doing exactly what they should be doing at 9-6. 2 of those losses, of course, to your Sacramento Kings. I guess I'll say the Lakers at 9-4 right now, winning 5 in a row. But my God, have they been incredibly streaky as well.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Houston at 10-5. They were a nice team last year. They got off to a great start here. They developed. I know they lost yesterday, but still 10-5 is better than I thought Houston would be. So that would be my pick for the West.
Okay. Third down, number 3.
Question 3.
Which Eastern Conference team has surprised you the most 15 games into the NBA season?
So, look, there's one obvious answer. I'm just going to take it off the board because it's Cleveland at 15-0, and that would just be boring. That is the biggest surprise. Jason, I'll say other than Cleveland, my goodness, you could pick two teams here. I'm going to go with the last place, Philadelphia 76ers at 2-11. Jason, they're in last place, and the Wizards are tied with them at 2-11. The Wizards have lost 9 in a row. We're sitting here. The Sixers have played 13 games this year, and they are 12 behind the Cleveland Cavaliers for the 1 seed. I didn't expect that out of Philly, dude, at all.
And 2 of their wins are in overtime. They're only 2 wins. I'm looking at their high points this year. None of them have been by Joel Embiid. I know he's missed a bunch of time. Paul George has led him in scoring twice. Maxi's been out. I mean, they're getting way far behind here. And this was a year they added Paul George to go with Maxey and Embiid. They're thinking title. I think that's the choice. The next one for me, besides Cleveland, is the obvious one. I'm going to go with Orlando because they lost Banchero, and here they are still at 9-6. They're in 3rd, and Franz Wagner's done a really nice job and the rest of keeping that team steady. So imagine them inserting Banchero back to a team that could have been buried. Instead, they're doing just fine at 9-6. So they've been a surprise to me through 15.
All right, we'll take a break. When we return, we got a big show in front of you as well. We got to get to Brock Purdy on this injury report. We'll go around the NFL. There was Monday Night Football last night, wrapping up Week 11, and Jamar Chase getting frustrated and letting people know about it. Sean Salisbury is at 8:13 as well in his normal now Tuesday slot at 8:13. We'll take a break. We'll come back with a Brock Purdy update for you next.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It is Tuesday. Getting out the door to a chilly start this morning. Could see some areas of patchy frost around the valley. As we head through the afternoon, expecting increasing clouds. A cloudy day ahead, but dry with highs in the upper 50s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
When it's cold and rainy outside, Bonnie is leading the way home. Right now, stay warm and cozy with a full furnace tune-up, just $59. Plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air. Schedule an appointment today at Bonnie.com.
Carmichael Dave with a simple question. What are you thankful for this year? So many things to consider, but one thing we can all agree on is a well-running vehicle to get you where you need to go each and every day. Jiffy Lube would like to say thank you to all their customers this November. Whether a weekend road trip to Lake Tahoe or your daily commute to work, Jiffy Lube has you covered. Serving the greater Sacramento area since 1984. Visit jiffylube.com today to find a location near you, generous oil change coupons, and more. Happy Thanksgiving and holiday driving from Jiffy Lube.
Fall is here, and as winter approaches, your health and comfort are our top priority at Advanced Infusion Center. Whether you're managing a chronic condition or looking for IV therapy, our personalized treatments are designed just for you. Our dedicated team ensures your care is safe, comfortable, and supportive every step of the way. With locations in Sacramento and Yuba and flexible scheduling options, getting the care you need has never been easier. Discover compassionate care at Advanced Infusion Therapy today. Visit us at advancedinfusion.com for care close to home.
Black Friday savings on now on the all-new 2025 Silverado at Maida Chevy. With $8,000 off MSRP after rebates, every new 2025 half-ton LT, RST, LTZ, and High Country in stock at Maida Chevy. Maida Chevy has one of the largest selections of new 2025 Silverados in the Sacramento area. $8,000 off new 2025 Silverado at Maida Chevy. Now that's big, huge. MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing, leasing, terminal offers. Ends 12/1/24. Source internet search 11/2/24.
Don't you deserve health care you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare with Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. You can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans, made for California, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Carmichael Dave has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. There we go. Welcome back. Hi. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross. And a lot of frustrated Kings fans. And I think that's perfectly understandable. Look, there are problems with this team. Nobody is saying that there are not. But I think it's one of those not too high with the high, not too low with the lows, Jason, which you're far better at than I am. And it just seems that when we run into some issues, it's just sometimes people just forget their heads, man. Like, nobody's saying, it's the old, hey, you can go to one side and say the whole, hey, look, they could be in Seattle, which nobody wants to say, or as Billy's talking about, these are just false equivalencies that nobody is saying, hey, they're a game above 500. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think the problem is guys, what are you expecting? Jason, what's the stretch they just got done with? Was it 4-5, 5-6, something silly like that?
It was like 6-9. I mean, they've played a lot of games. I guess my pushback would be this. Mm-hmm. This is the question I would ask, whether you're wherever you are on the fence on the Kings spectrum. Do you think they're closer to being a good team or closer to being a bad team? And my answer to that is they're closer to being a good team. And
I completely agree.
Maybe they're good now, but they're not great. So can they chase that? That's what they're chasing. If you look at their losses, I would say they've had one awful performance, and that was in San Antonio. Their next worst game, they just shot terribly against the Clippers. Every other game, they're in it, and they're right there, and they didn't win those, but you got to figure out why. Part of the reason they've lost the last couple, part of it is they haven't had some of their best players. You mentioned New Orleans in the last segment. They have been decimated by injuries, and I think that's why they're 4 whatever they are.
Yeah, they're terrible.
They've done a decent job of hanging around with some pretty important injuries. Nothing like too detrimental yet, but I mean, if they spent the next 10 games without Monk, DeRozan, and Sabonis, I'd be really nervous. Sounds like they're coming back, and let's, see them kind of put it back together again. So, I mean, the overall scheme of things, I really feel like they probably should be closer to 9-6, which isn't a world of difference. They're 8-7.
That's one game.
Yeah. And, I think we could all admit the bench through 15, the bench hasn't been great, though it's getting better. And the shooting has been awful, though it's getting a little bit better. There are things to clean up. And if they just kind of keep pushing at it. I mean, again, I think they're closer to being the good team than the bad team. I wouldn't want them to go the other direction and think, this is all flawed and break it up. I mean, I think they got to keep working through what they've got and see if they can push this and polish it all up and make it the best version of this team can be.
They also arguably have 3 of their best 4 players hurt right now and that have missed games over the last, this homestand and a little bit before. And you're 100% right, Jason. Another part of it too is like, manage your expectations. This is an 8-7 team right now, which extrapolates to, I think, 43 wins. They're a 43 to 48 win team. That ceiling is almost certainly the second round of the playoffs. That's at least what I thought going into the season with what they have. And they're not that far off of it. And they've done that with DeRozan's back issues. Now Sabonis's back issues. And by the way, that's 2 or 3 games. I don't want to say that that's the thing for the whole year. Monk being out now for a week and a half. They can't hit the broadside of a barn most of the year. They were shooting like 19% from 3 for the first 12, 13 games. Like, when you look at all the things, as you just said, Jason, that have gone wrong so far, there are. Look, this is weird because I just got killed last Friday for saying I thought they were going to go 2-2 on this road trip, and that I didn't like the front court depth, and I thought Mike Brown was having rotational issues. Like, there are issues with this team. But if you're bailing out on Keegan Murray and you think he's the issue, and you think Fox doesn't care whether we win or lose, and Mike Brown's the worst coach we've had since George Carl, I don't know. If you're looking at 8, if you're sitting there saying 8-7, 8-7, 8-7, 10th in the West, that's a casual take. I'm sorry. You got to look at the surrounding issues with this club and everything that goes beneath it. If you just want to scream record, okay, cool. They're a game over 500. That's a 43-44 win team. That's what they were projected to do. Move on. Or throw your freaking toys out of the crib, act like a baby, and I don't even know, man. I don't know.
I think the whole thing too is like, I think I want to measure all these teams in the West when they're fully healthy. Now, is that not a reality? This year it's shown it already isn't. Look, Phoenix was 9-1. Yep. Durant goes out. Now Beal's been out. They're lost 5 of 6.
Fire the coach.
I mean, that's a good basketball team when they're all right.
He's washed.
Yeah. Same with the Pelicans. I think the Kings are when they've got everybody that, like, they're showing what they can be, but it's also still a super competitive conference. Again, here's how fragile it is. They lost by 1 yesterday, and they earned that. I mean, I'm not saying they should have won, but they could have. We know they could have. They lost. But they won yesterday.
Right.
They are 9-6.
3-1 homestand.
3-1 homestand. They'd be tied for 5th, and technically on tiebreaker they'd have it over the Suns because they beat them twice. They didn't. They're 8-7. They're in 10th. It's that fragile on a night-to-night basis, and they're going to have to, keep putting together 3-2 stretches, 4-1 stretches. I don't even think they have to go on some amazing win streak. They just have to keep winning, the obvious statement, more than they lose. And right now they're doing that narrowly. But I think when they have all their players, I see more winning elements from this team. Look, we're 15 games in, and the amount of lack of defensive conversations we have is actually staggering.
Yeah.
Like, when have we talked about that with this year? It's been really an individual missed shots, misexecution, offensive. Like, it's been about the offense more so than the defense this year, which I also take as a little bit of a positive as long as the offense comes around.
And there's no reason to think the offense won't come around. You added DeMar DeRozan and you got rid of Harrison Barnes. All I'm saying, and I think all you're saying is, guys, they're 8-7. They've had a lot of things go wrong so far this year. I think there's broader issues with the team. I think this is a team that is not a championship contender. We can have that conversation all day long, but some of the dramatics are insane, and this is coming from the king of dramatics. Brock Purdy is on the injury report with a sore throwing shoulder. Day-to-day is the listing there. We're going to want to keep an eye on that. Also, the Texans went in and just crushed the Cowboys. That's another crushing home loss for Dallas, who did get Micah Parsons back, but the combination of injuries and just they're not good. And I don't think it should be all on him. I don't even know if half of it's on him, but you got to think Mike McCarthy's done. Jerry Jones said yesterday he doesn't think McCarthy's lost the locker room. Well, Jerry Jones is senile then, because that locker room's already planning Cabo trips. I imagine these are his last few games. And later on in the show, because we are out of time, we're going to try to get some breaks in here on time at least. Jamar Chase is incredibly frustrated with the Bengals situation, and it's tough to blame him, Jason, when we've when we've looked at some of those numbers, including the ones we saw yesterday, some of these numbers on the Bengals are actually they're absolutely insane when you look at what Joe Burrow is doing. What did we say yesterday? They have the yards leader, they have the sacks leader, and they have the receiving yards leader, and they're absolutely terrible. So we'll take a break. When we return, we got a big giant show ahead of you. We'll get back to the Hawks and the Kings. Jiffy Lube driving the game. We do have to give up game ball. We'll continue this Kings conversation as well. In the meantime, we want to continue the conversation about $49 tune-ups at American Energy Heating and Air. $49, regularly $119. By the way, if your system is 10 years or older, it's free. It's absolutely free to get. How to check up a tune-up, make sure everything is safe, sound, and ready to go for the winter season. And by the way, if you do need a repair, $50 off your first repair, and if you need a new furnace, half off of that. I don't know what else American Energy can do other than show you their credentials. Been in business since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area, locally owned and operated, family owned and operated. Oh, A+ Better Business Bureau. And don't believe the paid shill talking to you. I always say that. Go online, go to Yelp, go to Google, read their reviews, see what your neighbors are saying about them. It is what it is, and they are the absolute best. 916-920-9990. That's 520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more Kings Hawks next.
Join Sacramento State football this Saturday at 2 for the Causeway Classic versus UC Davis. Get your tickets at HornetSports.com.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery. One of the most common questions I receive is what makes us different from other law firms. At Gingery Hammer and Associates, we handle your case from beginning to end. Whether your case reaches a settlement, whether we need to file suit, or even take it all the way to trial, we will be with you along the entire way. And because we are committed to you and your case, we are as invested as you are in making sure you get the outcome you deserve. If you have an injury, just call Gingery.
Black Friday is on its way at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet, and there's no better place to shop for all your power tools. Low price Makita Bear tools starting at $89. Makita batteries starting at just $49, and many more of the year's hottest deals. November 25th through December 2nd. That's right, one whole week of crazy deals on power tools. So don't forget, our Black Friday sale will be November 25th through December 2nd. Check us out at 6701 Power Inn Road or online at fastenersinc.net.
This holiday at T-Mobile, I'm joined by a special co-anchor.
What up, everybody? It's your boy, Big Snoop Double G.
Snoop, let's talk about T-Mobile.
Okay, cool.
This holiday, get 4 lines for $25 a line, plus 4 iPhone 16s with Apple Intelligence and the all-new camera control on us.
Let's get cracking, like a breakfast egg.
You can use those eggs to make some eggnog, Snoop.
Respect.
And people do love T-Mobile, where you can save on every plan versus the other big guys.
You know, y'all can take some of those savings and buy some Snoop merchandise.
Always a great stocking stuffer, Snoop.
We up out of here.
Hold your horses, Snoop D-O-double-G. Let's remind people one more time.
Head to T-Mobile.com and get 4 iPhone 16s with Apple Intelligence on us, plus 4 lines for $25. Now drop that jingle.
With 24 monthly bill credits, 4 eligible trade-ins, and 4 new lines with autopay. Well qualified customers plus taxes and fees and $35 per line connection charge. Cancel entire account before receiving 24 bill credits and credit stop and balance on required finance agreements due. $829.99 credits end if you pay off device early. See how you can save on wireless and streaming versus the other big guys at T-Mobile.com/switch. Apple Intelligence available now.
Carmichael Dave. He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, Christopher Laud off this week. Kyle Ledbetter, nice enough to fill in. This won't be any disappointment to our YouTubers, but having a camera issue, apparently. I'm going to restart this during the break, so bear with. None of my face during this segment, so sorry, everybody. Jason, we're having and by the way, if you want to weigh in, 1-800-920-1140. We're having a conversation with some very frustrated Kings fans, and I'll say this: look, I don't have much of a filter, and I talk, and sometimes I realize I sound a little brusque. I want to acknowledge this. We're all here because we're Kings fans. We all want to get to the same spot. Now, I might think Russell is high, and that's putting it lightly, or whomever, or my guy Bill and Amy, or whoever's on the chat, Billy Lamas. But I understand that everybody's a Kings fan, and we all want the same thing. And I think that it's okay to have expectations, and it's okay to have standards. But we disagree on whether or not we're in, some sort of panic mode right now, Jason. I do think it's legitimate to say that this team has a semi-lopsided roster. I do think it's legitimate to say that their front court depth is lacking. I do think it's legitimate to say that Kevin Huerter has been incredibly inconsistent. But then again, so is Keon Ellis. I do think it's fair to say that Keegan Murray's shooting has struggled, and he looks a little bit lost out there, especially on offense at times. I think this is all legitimate. I think it's very legitimate to say that Mike Brown is doing his best imitation of West Coast Tom Thibodeau and running a lot of these players right into the ground. And though I don't want to be unfair and look at the fact that 3 of your top 6 players are missing significant amounts of time 15 games into the season and tie that to the minutes played, I do think it needs to be at least a part of the conversation and just be fair. There are issues. Also, they're 8-7, and there's been this many issues, and they're 8-7. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, it's interesting. Like the stuff that we're seeing today feels like this should have landed like after the Spurs game. To me.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and I know there's like game reactions, but more of this feels like the stuff that I'm seeing is like lumping everything into the season. And I feel like the season has been fine. I mean, not exceptional, but fine. And we've seen some pretty significant moments, especially just recently here with what Fox has been doing. But yeah, interesting timing for just some of the doubting. And that's, that's part of it. That does happen.
1-800-920-1140 Jiffy Lube drive of the game if you want that $100 gift certificate to Jiffy Lube. Also, Sean Salisbury coming up in just under 30 minutes at 8:13. Yeah, and let's not let one thing that's also unfair when having a conversation is putting words in people's mouths. Like, nobody is accepting mediocrity because we used to be worse. I don't know whose take that is. Somebody else said, can we stop with Keegan Murray being untouchable at the trade deadline? I'll say what I've said forever. Who's saying that? There's literally no untouchable player on the team. You know who's not untouchable in a trade conversation? De'Aaron Fox. You know who else is not untouchable? Domantas Sabonis. And if you want to argue with me, you can argue with your mama, because those are facts. And if you want to know a little game to see who's untouchable, pick the best player in the league and ask yourself, if you were Monty McNair and somebody offered Nikola Jokic or Victor Wembanyama or Giannis Antetokounmpo, I don't know who, pick a guy. If they offered that for any of the players on our team, you're saying no? Of course you're not saying no. And that doesn't mean you don't like our players. It means you're not stupid. So there's no untouchable players on the Kings. Nobody's saying that stuff. Nobody's saying they're happy with 8-7. Nobody's saying they're happy with losing to Atlanta. Nobody's saying they're happy with Keegan Murray's offense right now. Nobody's saying that. But my God, Keegan Murray's a bust. He's overrated. De'Aaron Fox doesn't care about winning. Mike Brown's terrible. Monty McNair's a fraud. What are we doing, Jason?
I know, it's crazy. I can tell you we got plenty of people that want to talk as on the show, but also we've got some people that think they know the Jiffy Lube drive of the game.
Ooh.
Want to start there?
Yeah, let's go, baby.
Let's go with Ralph. Ralph, you're first. Do you know the Jiffy Lube drive of the game from yesterday?
Oh, yeah. Good morning, Dave. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning, Ralph.
And it's me again.
Yeah.
So it was De'Aaron Fox kicks the ball out to Keon Ellis for his 5th 3-pointer in a row.
Wow, Dave, that sounds very, very specific. Let's see if Ralph is right.
Makes a quick move, gets a step on Daniels, throws to the corner. Can Keon do it again? You bet he can! 15 first quarter or first half points for Keon Ellis. Let's make that your drive of the game as De'Aaron Fox found him with his 4th assist. And Keon's a perfect 5 of 5 from downtown.
Way to go, Ralph.
Hey, Ralph. Nicely done, Ralph.
Yeah, I would have called in yesterday with the drive of the game for Saturday, but I had to take my granddaughter to school.
Ralph, there's nothing better than doing that. Enjoy it. And I will just ask you one more thing. You know, you're one of my favorite people to call the station. That is a fact. Well, you've got the Jiffy Lube drive of the game, $100 gift card to use on oil changes, windshield wipers, whatever you want. I would just ask you a favor if you could answer one question for me. What home of the Kings Sacramento radio station makes all of your oil changing dreams come true?
Sacktown Sports 1140.
God bless.
Way to go, Ralph.
It's a
Hang
perfect
on,
call.
Ralph.
It's a perfect call, Jason. It's just fantastic.
I like that call. That's a very good call.
Very, very good call. 1-800-920-1140 is the phone line if you want to weigh in on last night.
Yeah, let's see. Ashley's ready to go. Good morning, Ashley.
Good morning. How are you?
Good.
I just wanted to say, as far as the Kings go, I think that we're in a really good spot. I mean, we're above 500 despite all the injury issues that we have been having. And so I think that once we get those guys back, being Sabonis, Monk, and DeRozan, I could easily see us going on a streak at some point this season. And so, honestly, I'm not too worried about it. I like a lot of what you guys have been saying in terms of the coaching and all that. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Well, Ashley's not too worried.
And the obligatory text just came in. I've been waiting on from the 916. Guys, I get that it's your jobs to put lipstick on the pig that is this roster, but we're just tired of mediocrity. And look, that's just either you're not listening or you're just being a dingle. Like, dude, we've been saying first off, it's not our job to put lipstick on the pig. And if you don't think we go in on this team, then honestly, you just don't listen that often. There's plenty to go in on. And I know I sound like a broken record at this point. I've already said it in the segment, but there's plenty to criticize. There's plenty to criticize last night.
Yeah.
So it's not jump off the freaking boat, man.
Let's see what Josh has to say, Dave. Josh, welcome in.
How's it going, fellas?
All right.
You know, I like Dave's saying, man, people are jumping ship. They're getting sensitive. You know, this is a solid team. We've lost a lot of close games. Those games could have swung either way. You know, I think a lot of people are pissed off. They're looking for someone to blame. You know, Keegan hasn't been, you know, he didn't take that huge next step that we all thought he was. He's in a slump. But I think this team is primed to go on a run. You know, and one of the biggest things, I thought maybe Keon Ellis was in the doghouse, you know, with Mike Brown, but it was nice to see him have a big game, and maybe that's something he can grow from and be more consistent and get some more minutes, at least until the other guys come back. But this team's going to go on a run, and yeah, lipstick on a pig, all that stuff. You know, this team's not a pig. You know, I've seen Kangs, I've seen pig teams. This is not one of them. We're you know, our time will come. It's bad calls, nothing's perfect, but you know, let's not lose our stuff yet.
There you go. Thank you, Josh. Dave, you know, one of the things I'm hoping for is, so in the first, I don't know, batch, maybe 10, 11 games when they had, you know, incorporating DeMar DeRozan, we figured out this team, look, man, they're doing things we haven't seen. They're getting to the foul line. They're making free throws. The last couple of games, we've seen them shoot the ball much better from three. So I'm hoping they can kind of get those concepts married together, and I think that will be when we see the best of the offense. The defense has actually been pretty solid. I'm still worried about the things you are, right? The overall depth, the minutes played, some of the bench production, but I think the meat and the bones of the team of their overall skill and their high-level players is as good as it's been, honestly. I mean, I think to know that most games have been close and the last couple that they haven't been able to pull through, it's important that you didn't have DeRozan. It's important that you didn't have Sabonis last night. I think those things would all help you. So I think there's more good core pieces, but certainly not a refined and finished product that we go, they've got it all figured out. I think they got to keep working at it, and then the deadline and other things will be very important for this team.
It's probably because they got rid of me. This is Roy Al. You're going to without me. De'Aaron Fox was averaging 45 points a game when I was around. And now I'm in Cincinnati.
Wow.
Royale checked in.
Royale checking in. My goodness. That's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We'll take a break. Maybe it is Royale.
Could be.
With cheese. Also, by the way, one more thing, and then we'll take a break.
Keegan Murray has run more miles than anyone in the league. His usage rate is down. They are not posting him up. They've added DeMar DeRozan. He's getting lost on offense, and he's getting the toughest defensive assignments every night. He will be fine. He's not the issue. Relax and leave Keegan alone.
There. Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
We'll take a break. Hold on. By request. That's actually really good. We'll take a break when we come back. Hey, Kings lose to Atlanta. We've got post-game reaction for you. We'll reset for those of you just joining us as to what went right and really what went wrong. I'll give you a hint. Keon Ellis went right. And get to more of that before we get to Sean Salisbury to wrap up Week 11 at 8:13. We're right back right after this.
When I wake up,
the best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I put on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Whether you're ordering wings for the game, whipping up a 7-layer dip, or ordering pizza, there's something about football that makes you want to eat. And this football season, Uber Eats has the best deals on game day food. No matter what you're craving, from 2-for-1 pizza to buy one, get one wings, Uber Eats will be dropping new deals each week, all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
DC here for Folsom Lake Kia, where they make car shopping easy with a huge selection of new Kia models, low payments, and zero down deals with approved credit. Folsom Lake Kia, your trusted dealer in Folsom for over 25 years. FolsomLakeKia.com.
Did you know that replacing garage doors is the biggest return on investment homeowners can get on improvements? Jason Ross here, and let me tell you about the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, a family-owned and operated company with third-generation owners that's been in business for 71 years right here in Sacramento. With new garage doors from Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, you'll not only get the wow factor, but you'll also know that you're working with a well-respected and proven company. Residential and commercial, brand new garage doors, or repairs to existing doors, they do it all. Take advantage of their free at-home estimates on new garage doors, or check out the showroom with no appointment needed. And while you're at it, mention me, Jason Ross, or Sacktown Sports, and receive $100 off a new garage door paired with a new garage door opener. Check out their website at ohdsac.com or call them at 916-421-3747. Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, the genuine, the original overhead door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
Don't you deserve healthcare you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare. With Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow, you can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans. Made for California, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It ignites something inside of you.
Lightning and the thunder.
sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration, and the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder, lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
Facts are facts, and the facts show that for eliminating hip, knee, back, leg, and foot pain, it's the Good Feet personalized arch support system, clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good Feet arch supports are designed to help put your feet and whole body back in pain-relieved proper alignment. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Book your free fitting at Good Feet in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports 1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back.
Teammate back to Young, drops to the corner. DeAndre Hunter launches a prayer. It's no good. The Kings get the rebound. They don't take a timeout. 8 seconds to go. Down by 1. Here comes De'Aaron Fox. Spins away from Hunter. Hesitates. Steps back. Ball stripped out of his hands by Dyson Daniels. And that may be the ball game.
And welcome back again. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, Kyle Ledbetter. Kings lose to the Hawks in a heartbreaker by 1. That was Dyson Daniels. And you got to credit the Hawks here in this sense. Trading DeJounte Murray, a player I love in the offseason, and giving Dyson Daniels that opportunity. They've got a nice core with Trae Young, Dyson Daniels, and Risha Shea, the new guy. I don't know if it's a core that's eventually going to work together, but I am in love with Dyson Daniels. I really, truly am. I think he might be my new Ben Simmons in the sense that he's going to be a wonderful player in this league for a long time. He's averaging almost 4 steals a game, and I was so excited about that matchup with De'Aaron Fox. And I think De'Aaron actually did. If you look inside the game, De'Aaron Fox last night, he had a good night. He had another good scoring night. He didn't score 60, but he had another really good scoring night, and he did that against Dyson Daniels. And Jason, some of those shots, I know you were watching every second. Some of those shots that De'Aaron Fox made, 28 points on 11 of 23 shooting. Daniels played perfect defense on him. I mean, you couldn't have played better defense on De'Aaron Fox, and he still found a way to score, which is you just got to tip your cap. But in the end, those hands of Daniels, which gets him 4 steals a game, came through. Something it's a foul, something it wasn't, something he might have been out of bounds, something he wasn't. Either way, the refs did not have a great night on both sides last night, but ultimately you and I think, agree that's not why the Kings lost the game.
Well, Quinn Snyder, too, he was so aware of when Fox would go out and go in. He was literally I think Fox went out first, and he still had Daniels on the floor. Then he said, let's take him out to get him the rest while Fox rests. And I think, if I remember right, I felt like there was one possession of the game that Fox was on the floor before Daniels checked in. So there was one time, and then he was running to the press table. So you're like, man, that's it. So he was looking at him or some combination of him on the floor the entire time, which is smart. That's what their game plan was. I actually thought they would double Fox a little bit more throughout the game, but I thought Fox played the game the right way in the sense of certainly had to get his because he was the most important offensive player, but his ability to draw double teams and so much attention created some other opportunities, and that's why it was so nice to see what Keon was able to do. And just a couple of stretches of bad basketball, and certainly, Dave, the fourth quarter, just brutal shooting. 1 of 11 after having their best three-point night of the season as far as makes at the wrong time. 1 of 11 from 3, and I think it was 4 of 22 from the floor. So, they held Atlanta to 20 points in the fourth quarter. That'll win you the game. Problem is they scored 15 in the fourth quarter.
14 points, 14 boards, and I think 3 blocks for Clint Capella. And he also, one thing we haven't even, I think, mentioned yet is Mike Brown being in a tough spot with Sabonis out. Hell, with Sabonis, Monk, and DeRozan out, but really with Sabonis out, it just takes away, and we're not talking about this enough. Like, Sabonis and Fox are the alpha and omega of this team. I don't care if DeRozan's on it or not. And when you're missing Sabonis, you're missing so much of both the Kings' offense and defense. The fact that they were able to go 1-1 without him. And Alex Len is what Alex Len is. He had 3 blocks last night, 2 points in 17, 19 minutes, something like that. He that's just who he's going to be. Mike Brown had to default to defense, but ultimately you're playing 4-on-5 offensively with Alex Len in there, and that's no disrespect.
The other thing that happened in the game too yesterday, to your point, so they missed Sabonis in so many ways. The one area it felt like they really missed him yesterday, believe it or not, is a subtlety, but the screen game. And so when he's not on the floor or Alex Len's not on the floor, they played small a lot yesterday, which I understand why they did that. But I'm going to guess the refs to last night's officiating called screens or moving screens more than I can remember all season long. It was kind of the call of the night. And Dave, there was a night, I don't know if Kevin Huerter's been called for a moving screen or Doug McDermott in their lives, but they were the guys setting screens. And, it happens with Alex Len. It happens with Sabonis. But the amount of moving screens or illegal screens the Kings were called for, and even the Hawks to some extent, it was kind of the call of the night. And I think the Kings were put in some spots where they were really trying to get Daniels off of Fox. And so you had different guys screening him that normally don't. And I think that partly, all of that. And look, if De'Aaron scores at the end or one other tweak here, they win and things are different, but they didn't. That's the reality they have to live in and figure out and see how they go forward.
And that's, to your point, if you want to have an issue with the officials, I've come to the conclusion that final play from Daniels, I think that was, I don't think we're going to see anything on the 2-minute, and that doesn't necessarily mean everything, but I do think he got ball first, then arm. I said last night I thought it was a foul. I've seen some other angles. I think he got ball first, then arm. That's not a foul. I don't think if he was out of bounds, there wasn't a clear-cut angle to show that he was out of bounds to overturn the call. We talked about that at the beginning of the show. My issue with the refs, in addition to what you talked about, and just not being, we always say it, whether it's referees in the NBA, whether it's umpires in baseball, just be consistent. Just be consistent in how you call it. And there was a lot of inconsistency with those. Not to mention, you want to get mad at the fact that De'Aaron Fox went to the free throw line 4 times. Keon Ellis, who took 15 3-point shots last night and made 9 of 15 for 33 points. He went to the line 3 more times than De'Aaron Fox, who spends a lot of his time in the paint. And there was that one play you saw last night. I forget who the Hawk was. You'll know who just kind of dragged him to the ground right in front of the referee.
I think it was DeAndre Hunter.
I think you're right. And De'Aaron Fox looks up at the ref and just says, that's BS. But he, said the word. By the way, thank you, ref, for not calling a T there, which the ref probably could have. But I think the ref also understood, dude, you just saw De'Aaron Fox get dragged down by this guy and stepped on while the rest of the team's in transition offense, the Hawks, that is. And there were plenty of times where De'Aaron was just getting thrown around. Here's my thing, and this is where it becomes kind of a catch-22, Jason. Inherently, I don't like superstar calls. I don't. A foul should be a foul, whether it's on Orlando Robinson or whether it's on LeBron James. A foul should be a foul. But that's not the way the NBA works. So at some point, you look at the guy who scored 109 points in 2 games, and I don't think De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that a lot of other guys that are either at his level, above his level, or even below his level. He does not get the whistle that these other guys get. And the thing that's frustrating even more about that is I think part of the reason he doesn't get the whistle is because he's not a free throw merchant. Now, De'Aaron Fox is a hell of a smart guy. And I think if De'Aaron Fox wanted to, he could go to the line 18 times a game because he's so quick, because he's so crafty. If he wanted to James Harden out his game and be unethical, I think De'Aaron Fox could damn near lead the league in free throw attempts. And that's just a reality. But that's not how he wants to play. It's not how he plays. It's an unethical, unwatchable way to play the game of basketball. So he doesn't do that. And the ref should reward that. The ref should look at the amount of contact he takes night in and night out where it doesn't get called. And the last thing I'll say on that is the refs have done this before. One of the things that I hate saying, but it's true, is that Shaquille O'Neal was probably one of the worst officiated players in the history of the NBA. The amount of fouls that Shaquille O'Neal drew on a nightly basis that weren't called was ridiculous. Shaquille O'Neal was fouled almost every time he touched the ball in the paint. And I hate saying this. I hate saying it, but I'm just trying to call balls and strikes here. The problem is the refs figured out early on that if they called a foul every time Shaquille O'Neal was fouled in the paint, a couple of things would happen. Number one, everybody on the other team would foul out. And number two, if they did that, Shaquille O'Neal would average like 50 points a game. They could not call Shaquille O'Neal the way they did the rest of the league. They just couldn't do it. Not for the integrity of the game. They couldn't do it. Well, they're applying some of that to De'Aaron Fox. It's like, bro, De'Aaron's not 7'2", 300. De'Aaron Fox is 6'4" and $180, probably soaking wet. So that's my problem with the refs is it's time De'Aaron Fox either stop calling superstar calls or start giving De'Aaron Fox those superstar calls because he's at that level.
Yeah, I think Mike Brown brought that up in the postgame. Something along those lines where Fox, like you said, they've got 4 attempts on 23 field goal attempts. And he wasn't just shooting threes. We know De'Aaron tries to get downhill and in the paint and get some looks there. Where Trae Young took 7 shots and got 5 free throws. Not that it was a high volume, but it was interesting that was a difference just between those two guys that are kind of stars of the league.
We'll take a break. When we come back, Sean Salisbury joins us. We will wrap up Week 11 with Sean coming up right after this.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide, based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Shop early, save big, all month long during Black Friday build-up at Lowe's. Right now, get select pre-lit artificial Christmas trees starting at just $59.98. Don't wait to save. Shop these deals today, in-store or online, because Lowe's knows deals. Discount taken at time of purchase while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting,
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
All right, welcome back, guys. Are we good back there? It's one thing
we are.
Okay, great. Joining us right now, as he does each and every Tuesday, the one, the only, the lovely, the talented Sean Salisbury. Good morning, brother.
How you guys doing today?
Kings lost a tough one at home to the Hawks last night, so we're dealing with that, Sean. Remember the thing in Bull Durham where they went to the pitcher's mound and Kevin Costner said, we're dealing with a lot of crap right now. That's kind of yeah. And
you could be the Dallas Cowboys or the Giants. So and it's early in the NBA season, so hang in there, brother. It's going to be better.
Well, we'll get to the Niners, obviously, in a second. I want to throw a kind of curveball out of the gate because, as always, Sunday happens, then we do the show Monday. I always think about stuff I want to ask you that stumps me. And Jason and I are both kind of stumped here. For the last couple of years, the New York Jets have had one of the better defenses in the league. They have the defense is the only thing keeping them in a game. They add Aaron Rodgers, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Obviously, he goes down last year with the Achilles, but he's back this year. They have Breece Hall. They have Garrett Wilson. They add Devontae Adams. And we're sitting here right now through week 11, and Aaron Rodgers and the Jets have a worse winning percentage than they did under Zach Wilson. And I can't make sense of it, Sean.
You know what? I'd love to tell you I had the answer. If I did, I'd bottle it up, and they'd probably hire me as the coach. And obviously, it's not just Robert Saleh, is it?
No.
They have, 1-5 since Saleh was hired. So, and Holbrook, he's a good football coach, but unfortunately, it's not the head coach only situation. I've said here and do the same thing, Dave, trying to put my finger on, okay, is it personnel? Well, I look on both sides of the ball, and unless we've overrated personnel, they seem pretty solid and stout. And then I watched them against the Texans, their defensive front, and they were wreaking havoc on the Texans, and they were playing in the backfield. So you say, okay, is it effort? I hope you don't have to coach effort, because no coach should ever have to coach effort in their life. And then I said, okay, is it the sum isn't near as good as the pieces and the parts? Yeah, I think that's a fact. And it comes down, when I see this happen, it comes down to, I wish I knew how they were practicing. Are they all in? Have they bought in? I'm trying to, like you, it's like, okay, it's so odd that something's not right. That it's got to be something other than they're professional coaches that have coached at other levels and other teams. So, like, they got to know how to do that. So, are we not getting it out of practice? Have they not brought into the structure of what they're trying to do? Buy-in, to me, in any sport is huge. I think buy-in, to me, sometimes buy-in, it never trumps talent, but it can sure assist talent. And even if you're not as talented, you'll get that guy who buys in, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, he's playing really, really good. And you say, well, somebody was drafted higher than him, but that guy's it. So, is the leadership a problem? Is buy-in a problem? And I will tell you this, there's been some underachieving going on too, and the quarterback has underachieved. And I love Aaron Rodgers. You guys, we've talked about him on the show. I think he's phenomenal, Hall of Famer and the rest. But I can't give him a Lifetime Achievement Award while he's still playing. Aaron Rodgers has been an average player this year. He's been average. He's been okay. And so whether it's not the game plan, and then when the offense plays decent, the defense doesn't get off the field and vice versa. I think somehow, some way, we hyped them more than they deserved, and I was guilty of it because of the quarterback and the talent. Buy-in, leadership, and sometimes you're just not as good as talent as we thought. And right now it's an underachieving group, and we can't dismiss the quarterback as, oh, Aaron's great. Aaron Rodgers isn't playing great football. He's playing okay.
Sean, what would be your breakdown of the Niners? Because some of those notes you're throwing in there feel like they could be landing a little bit with San Francisco. They gave another game away. 5-5 is not disaster, but when you are a team that can get to the Super Bowl, they're definitely underachieving.
Yeah, and you know what? Think about what we're saying about San Francisco. We're saying the similar things about Cincinnati, right? Mm-hmm. Although I think San Francisco's roster's better. It's going on. Think about this, too. The beginning of the season, did you guys not have the Dallas Cowboys in the playoffs? Be honest.
Yeah.
In your predictions.
Oh, yeah.
Did you both had them in the playoffs, right?
Yep.
Their talent levels is as overrated as there is in a league. They're one of the 3 or 4 worst teams I've seen all year long play football. They're terrible. So maybe, just maybe, it's one of the odd years that I'm trying to say, okay, how do we figure it out? The 49ers injuries, we've had them here in Houston. They've had them everywhere, and I know they've had them in San Francisco. They don't seem as explosive on both sides of the ball for me. They just don't. And I obviously had them in the playoffs again this year as well, and being a threat to be in the Super Bowl. And now they're in a 3-way tie for second place, and Seattle's reared their head, and that was really a season-saving win for them. And it's just that I don't see the same. Maybe it's urgency. Maybe it is execution. Maybe it's the speech is getting stale and the staff needs to, but they've had changes on the staff. Saleh leaves and D'Amico Ryans leaves, and it's changed. The talent levels, we know that. Late to camp is one, and Ayuk, and boom. And then, McCaffrey's been hurt trying to get in. He has 100+ yards from scrimmage. Kittle's banged up. It's just they haven't had full arsenal for a sustained amount of time. The quarterback's not as explosive this year. But he's accurate, but, we're seeing 169 yards here and no touchdowns, but his run in the first half. There's some part of explosive, dynamic stuff that's missing from the team. Now, does that mean they can't find it? Yeah, but I'm seeing the same things in other cities. That playoff teams, I had the Jets. We had the playoff team as the Cowboys. Playoff team, the Cincinnati. Hell, I thought Cincinnati was a Super Bowl caliber team. Now Burrow's playing like an MVP, but the rest of that squad's not doing anything. They can't win. So I wish I could put, if you're in that locker room, and I always am bummed that we can't be a fly on the wall, sit in locker rooms and hear and watch what they're doing. And we know that the adjustments matter. You've got to make adjustments on the fly after you script your first 15. And it feels like to me in cities and in San Francisco, aside from injuries, there's something missing from a dynamic team that's not making the same dynamic plays on either side of the ball this year consistently. And here they are, sitting at 5-5, I guess is what it is, and going to fight and scratch to find their way into the playoffs. And we're talking about the Arizona Cardinals being the West's best team.
Sean, when we just talked about Robert Saleh and both laughed like, yeah, this is his fault. And that was, Woody Johnson just continues to be one of the lower rent owners in the league. When you look at, and I say that, and I know you do Bay Area radio as well, and you're plugged in, I am not anywhere near. If there is a fire Kyle Shanahan camp, I don't know where that camp is, but I'm in the other country. But I do think it's fair. And we asked Matt Barrows, the Athletic beat writer, about this yesterday. You look at the game of nuances. Bill Belichick said it the other day. If you took all the close losses the Niners had, turned those into wins, they're what? I think they're 8-2. Football is a game of inches, both on the field and in the box score. And Kyle Shanahan has a disturbing habit of grabbing losses from the jaws of victory, if you will. This is a sustained trend. This isn't anything new. It doesn't seem to be an anomaly. So what is your read on that? Is it lack of adjustment? Why do you think that is for an otherwise really, really good coach?
You know what, Dave? I go on a lot of shows like this during the week in Minnesota, in D.C., in New Orleans. And you know what I've been at, and obviously we talk about it every day in Houston. You know what the number one thing they've asked the question, even at 7-4, and they're not as solid as they've been last year, and they had a better roster here in Houston. You know what the number one question I get asked? Well, are they not adjusting? Now I can tell you about it, and it's true. And in San Francisco, they're getting, well, what's going on? Zach Taylor, and he's under fire in Cincinnati. And I'm with you. I'm not in the Kyle Shanahan fired camp. We hear it every year when they straw. Maybe it's time to move on. The question is who you're replacing them with.
Right.
And Belichick and everybody's right. It is a game of inches and all that. It's also a game of very subtle adjustments during a game. When you're doing well and all of a sudden you go and hang 40 on somebody like Detroit does after they had a poor game against the Texans in the first half, everybody says they made major adjustments. No, they didn't. They just, to us average fans, it looks like they made major adjustments because execution. The coach can only do so much, but once the ball's in Brock Purdy or Joe Burrow or C.J. Stroud's hands or Aaron Rodgers, and the guy's open and you yank it into the ground, that's not on Kyle Shanahan. But he's also not above criticism. And the adjusting in a game is paramount. And they may be subtle. It may be on 3rd and 1. It may be on 4th and 2. It may be a when to go for it and when not to. But execution and adjustment have to work hand in hand. I can make all the damn adjustments I want as a coach. And regardless, but I'm going to tell you what, if my guy can't read a hot blitz, then I got problems. My adjustments ain't going to. Oh, yes, but Kyle's not above criticism. I've said this before. The knock on him, and he is a hell of a smart guy, and he's a really damn good coach. But you can't give games away. And in big games so far in his career, while getting to the Super Bowl and winning playoff games, he's won some big games. But in the biggest of them all, what have we questioned? How in the world you get a big lead in the 4th quarter and then Jimmy misses a few throws, then it's Kyle's fault, but also the adjustments in Atlanta, in San Francisco, last year's Super Bowl. Yes, it is incumbent upon him, so he's not above criticism. How it goes back to buy-in. How do you get guys and talent at the right time and the same time to buy in clutch pressure situations to find ways to get it done? Now I want you to flip this for a second. Is this Kansas City's best offense? Absolutely not, right? We see, they don't have as many explosive players they've had. But what do they do normally? And Josh Allen played like Superman this last week. What do they normally do? They win games like that, whether it's DNA, whether it's they trust the quarterback, whether it's there's buy-in from players. But when you start to think about it, what's the difference? And it comes down to, like I always say, about 6 to 8 plays a game and about 3 players and a quarterback. And meaning in that game, does the quarterback deliver like you expect? So there's a lot of layers to it. I know that sounds complicated, but it's really simple. When you adjust, there has to be execution both ways. And there are teams that we have put out there that are not adjusting the way that we expected. And the 49ers are one of them. And there's a handful of others. Yet teams like Green Bay are winning them. Minnesota's adjusted. Look what Pittsburgh's done to adjust. And if you want the best example of buy-in on any coach in football, you don't need to look any further than the guy that coaches in Pittsburgh. It seems as always they find ways to get it done. And he's the measuring stick when it comes to find ways. And Andy Reid, obviously, but he's got a pretty good quarterback too.
Sean, you mentioned the Buffalo game. Josh Allen was great. They get a win. That's a team I feel like it gets measured on what they do later in the year in the postseason. But how big of a win, how significant was that for the Bills?
Monster. I do. I think it was a monster win. For my money, Josh Allen, considering what he lost some players. And going into this year, I think most of us said, okay, where's that window now for Buffalo? Has it not closed, but is it Josh Allen will keep it open? But he's lost good players on defense. You've switched coordinators, and Ken Dorsey and Brian Dable was there. Then Ken Dorsey, now Joe Brady. So you've done a lot of different. You said, well, can they really be this good? Well, look at them. Top 5 defense again. McDermott coach defense, and Josh Allen is playing as well as he's ever played. He's not turning the ball over like he did the last couple of years in the red zone. And I think it's huge for Buffalo because don't kid yourself, at this stage of the game, psychological impact matters. And the Kansas City Chiefs have psychological edge over everybody. Look when Baltimore plays Pittsburgh. They can't beat them for whatever reason. When Cincinnati plays Baltimore, they just can't get through that. And Kansas City has that over a lot of teams. And they went to Buffalo, and they did it to them in the playoffs last year. Well, this time around, Josh Allen was the bigger Superman. I think he's the MVP of the league. I do. Considering what they took from him, what he has to do. If Josh Allen doesn't play well, if Lamar Jackson plays average, they can still be in a game because they're so good at running it. When McCaffrey's right, they can still be in a game. I'm not sure without and Lamar Jackson, who is a great player and should be in the MVP talk too, they can win a game. But if you take Josh Allen away from Buffalo right now, what are they going to do? So he's the MVP. And yes, psychologically and just execution-wise, proving to yourself that you can make the plays that they make, and his run at the end of the game was spectacular. Yeah, that will bode well for them. But and now you got to say, well, can we get – they're trying to chase down Kansas City so they can play at home, because I'd much rather play in Buffalo than Kansas City in January. So I have a hunch Buffalo is better than we thought. I didn't have them winning the division. I had them battling for a playoff spot, but they have done what others haven't done. They're executing, and their game time adjustments have been stellar this year. And they got Superman playing quarterback who we still may not have seen his best football. He may get crowned with his first MVP if this keeps up.
We're totally out of time, Sean, but I will never miss a chance to bring up the late, great saint of a human, John Clayton, as you know better than anyone, on the still to this day greatest debate show in the history of sports media. I feel
no argument here, never scripted, but thank you.
I feel like if I'm channeling John, his pushback to you might be, yeah, Sean, they beat the Chiefs at home in the regular season. Why is this going to be any different than every year when the Bills can't do it in the playoffs when it matters?
And you know what I'd say? You're 100% correct. I can't wait to see if you're right in January. Yes, it is. That goes back to that psychological stronghold. Can Buffalo, if they're on the road in Kansas City, which right now Kansas City's got that lead, can they go in there in what will be cold, which they can handle? But can you deal with all the stuff that Andy will adjust to and the best adjust? We talk about offensive adjustments. There's no better defensive coordinator that adjusts in-game and pre-game in big games than Steve Spagnuolo. Yep. So it's not just the read offense versus offense. It's going to be, can Josh Allen handle Spagnuolo in that type of environment and game, and that offense, can they handle Spagnuolo? So, yeah, I'd say, John, I'll give you that one, even though I'm not going to give you I'm still going to win this segment, but I got to give that legend, John Clayton. It'd be a great comeback because I'd say, well, John, good point by you. Buy low, sell high, and he's exactly right. You got to go and win in Kansas City in January, and that would have been the one. he'd have won that debate because we have not seen that yet, although we've seen some epic performances.
Oh man, I'm sure John's looking down right now, licking his finger and putting it up for 1 point.
Yeah, then I'd have probably come back with, John, what the hell would you know? You ain't throwing a ball in Kansas City either. And he'd come back with, and neither of you, Sean. So there you go. I love it and I miss him every day, brother, every single day.
Same here, man. The greatest to ever do it, the greatest to ever do it, and whoever will do it, the lovely, the talented. I love saying lovely about you, Sean Salisbury. Just a peach of a human joining us each and every week, and we appreciate you, brother. We'll talk to you after week 12.
You got it, guys. Look forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, take care. That is Sean Salisbury with a shout out to John Clayton. Love that. We'll take a break. When we come back, 4 down territory. Let's look at 4 of these divisions here, and let's see who the heck is going to finish where, because we got some pennant races, if it was baseball, but you get it. Football. You're home of the Niners, Sacktown Sports.
The holidays can be tough for some, especially if things from your past are still following you around to this day. Now, don't be afraid of your past this upcoming holiday season, as an expungement can help. And that's where the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez comes in, as he's local and has a great track record. Now that expungement can help you get a job, get your life back in order, and you'll also get your constitutional rights back. He's offering discounts on expungements now through Christmas. Call 916-304-9187. That's 916-304-9187.
This holiday season, spread cheer by donating to a child in need and enjoy $20 off your next Toyota service. Now through December 10th, bring an unwrapped toy to a participating Toyota Service Center and support the California Highway Patrol's Toy Drive. Chips for kids. Give joy, get joy, and celebrate the season of giving exclusively at participating Toyota Service Centers. Toyota, let's go places. Toyota and Scion owners only. Toy value must be at least $10. Some restrictions apply. See a participating dealer for details.
The Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is the only store in the world to be named the top 100 shop for 40 years straight. Yes, the only golf shop in the world. Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is your unsurpassed spot to find the hottest golf gear, best pricing, and elite expertise. Try any club on the shelf on the driving range for free and let our staff show you everything you need to look and play better. You love golf. The Hagen Oaks team loves golf too. Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue, Business 80. Learn more at hagenoaks.com or 916-481-GOLF.
What would it take for a plumbing company to earn your trust? Jerry and Kenny here from Bell Brothers. And let's face it, plumbing and service companies don't always have the best reputation.
So to earn your trust, the first thing they'd have to do is actually answer the phone when you call with a real live person. Then they'd have to send a plumber when you needed them, day or night, without charging extra for emergency services.
A trustworthy plumber would show up on time, wearing a clean uniform and name badge, and be able to show that they had passed a background check and drug test.
A plumber you could trust would give you a firm quote on the job before starting and clean up after they finish the job.
That's exactly the plumber you'll get when you call Bell Brothers, a plumber you can trust. Call Bell Brothers right now for all your plumbing needs. Our number is 916-444-1234, or find us online at thenosurpriseguys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
Black Friday is on its way at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet, and there's no better place to shop for all your power tools. Low price Makita Bear tools starting at $89, Makita batteries starting at just $49, and many more of the year's hottest deals. November 25th through December 2nd. That's right, one whole week of crazy deals on power tools. So don't forget, our Black Friday sale will be November 25th through December 2nd. Check us out at 6701 Power Inn Road or online at fastenersinc.net.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sepp Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is. Live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sepp Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sepp's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Increase leads and get more customers. We create tailored digital marketing strategies that deliver results. On your next campaign, aim higher. Go to aimyourdigital.com and get started today. aimyourdigital.com.
DC here, and if you've been thinking about a new car, you gotta see my friends at Folsom Lake Kia. You can always count on low payments and zero down deals with approved credit. Folsom Lake Kia, over 25 years, right here in Folsom.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
on Sacktown Sports.
Hey, Jason, since we are live and local, one of the things I think is incumbent upon us to do is to remind everybody, if you haven't already, you're going to need to rain-proof your backyard, your outdoors, because we are about to get the old atmospheric river roll in tomorrow, and over the next week plus. It's basically going to rain every day except maybe Thursday. And these aren't like 10%. These are 190, 80%. We're going to get a lot of water coming in here over the next 7 to 12 days. So, hey, make sure you button everything up, kids. Okay.
Is this when I say, oh, Dave, you like this weather? You know, you love it.
I 100% will take this over 100 degrees. And you're saying you'd rather have 100 than this?
Yes. Confirmed.
I'm saying this, and I'm outdoors right now, and it's 38 degrees right now. I got a tiny little space heater at my footsies. I got a jacket on. I got a hat, and I am fine. Whereas I could be sweating my off and getting absolutely destroyed. You give me rain over 100 degrees any day of the week, Pallywog.
Okay. I agree with Dave.
Okay. That's fine. I'll stand on the hill by myself. Again, we're going to the extreme. We're just saying rain. I'm not the 30. Okay, let's do it that way. Would you rather have 30 compared to 100?
30 it's 38, but you're asking 30.
Well, 100 is extreme, even though we get there.
You're right. That's actually, honestly, you know, like when you said an over-under and it's perfect, that's actually perfect. That's right at the edge of...
Both are uncomfortable.
Yeah, they're both uncomfortable.
If it's cold enough to snow, it's not for me.
Yeah.
I think if it was 30 all day, like I could do 30 like in the morning. If it's 30 from sunrise to sunset, I think I would pick the 100.
I would, as somebody who, as you know, spent a winter in Minneapolis, I would rather have 100 degrees than extreme cold. Yes, I would.
Oh, we've turned the tide.
Well, I'm talking about when they used to run commercials where it was like, have all of this stuff in a bag in your car or you might die. Like it's when the high is 4. Yeah, that's an issue. And yes, I'd rather have 100 degrees, but I mean, we're going super extreme here. Give me rain, give me potato cheese soups, give me beef stews. Give me all that over, what's for dinner tonight? Lettuce. It's too hot to cook. We're going to have lettuce. I'm good. 4 down territory starts right now. Kyle Ledbetter in for Kretzerlog. Question 1.
First down. Let's predict the order for the NFC West finish.
Oh, well, as I bring Gus the Bus in here to join me. He's not happy at all. Let's see. NFC West. I'm going to say that the Arizona Cardinals are going to hold on to that lead barely, and I think they will win the division, followed by the Niners, Seahawks, and Jason Ross's LA Rams, I think. But I mean, you're talking a game is going to separate a lot of these guys. It's going to be close, but I think the important thing here is I think the Cardinals in the end, especially the way this is going, they're going to win that division.
Well, if that happens, that's likely a non-playoff year for the 49ers. I don't know if they get the wild card. I'm gonna live on that hope and talents. I'm going to go Niners first, followed by the Cardinals, followed by the Rams, followed by the Seahawks.
Okay. All right. Well, you're more optimistic than I am on my team. Hopefully that'll change. Second down, please.
All right, second down. We're going to predict the order of finish for the NFC North. We'll start Bears at 4.
Yeah, Bears are going to. Well, I can tell you right now, the only question to me is going to be, 2-3. I'm going to actually leave it like it is right now. I'm not to be lazy. I just think that's the way it'll be. Lions are sitting at 9-1. The Vikings are just a game behind them. The Packers just a game behind them. And then you got the Bears, who I think will likely finish, a game or two under 500. But again, they've lost 4 in a row. This Bears team was 4-2. They're going through some growing pains. They're probably going to get a new coach next year. I think they have the makings of something there. But I think it's going to go Lions, Vikings, Packers, Bears. Oh, my.
What about if a team still played the Bills and the Niners in that division?
Well, then all bets are off.
That team is the Lions. You know what? It's interesting. It's probably going to finish as is, but Minnesota plays Detroit the last game of the year. They're only one back, but I'm going to leave it as is. Lions, Vikings, Packers, Bears.
Oh, my. Third down, please.
So much disrespect for the Packers. Predict the order of finish for the NFC East.
Yeah, the Eagles were my preseason favorite. I'm going to stick there. I think they figured it out, but also they've won 6 in a row, and they were 8-2 last year. This is where the Niners went in and just throttled them in that NFC Championship rematch. So we'll see if they can avoid that. I think they will. I think Saquon Barkley's been a wonderful addition to that team. The Commanders, they're not, they're 3 ahead of the Cowboys. Nobody's touching them. And honestly, I'm going to do the same thing with the NFC North that I did with the NFC North. I think the East is going to end up exactly as they are right now. The Giants, who are replacing Daniel Jones once again, I think they bring up the rear. They're already looking at a draft pick. The Cowboys, along with the Giants, have both lost 5 in a row, while the Eagles have won 6 in a row. Eagles, Commanders, Cowboys, and Gigantics.
All right, I'm going to do a little flipperoo, and it may be too bold here, but the Eagles have won 6 in a row. I think the Commanders are going to catch them. They are 2 back, so I'm going to go Commanders, Eagles, and then, Cowboys, Giants will be the finish.
Okay, 4th down, Kyle.
All right, 4th and final down. Let's predict the order of finish for the very uninteresting NFC South.
I think the right answer is who cares, but it is a question. Let's go Carolina at the bottom. I want to pick the Falcons so bad. I do, but I think the Bucs have lost 4 in a row. They're just a game behind Atlanta. I know that the Saints at 4-7 are 2 games back of first place in that division. I think it'll go Bucs, Falcons, Saints, Panthers.
That's what I have too. Yeah, I think the Bucs will leapfrog. I think the Bucs have also knowing that Mike Evans will be back here after the bye. That should help them a little bit. Bucs, Falcons, Saints, Panthers.
I predict the entire division will fall into the Atlantic Ocean by week 61.
What? They'll get a playoff team.
Yes, there'll be a playoff team in the Atlantic Ocean. Yeah. We'll take a break. When we come back, before we get to the final hour, Niners at 9, we'll have our NFL's top and bottom 5. Don't forget Crosstalk with Styles as well. When we come back, though, who's hot, who's not, and hey, we'll see how we did. Maybe it was a loss last night, but we'll recap 3 in the key as well, right here on your home of the Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Join Sacramento State football this Saturday at 2 for the Causeway Classic versus UC Davis. Get your tickets at HornetSports.com.
Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Give your family a real treat. Bring out all the flavors of the upcoming holidays with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers. Napoleon grills that features other grills can't match. They're built different, built better, built to last, complete with a lifetime warranty. All made with premium steel that boasts absolute quality. Just because it's November does not mean we can't barbecue outside. Visit California Backyard now for your best selection of grills and Napoleon Grills accessories.
Facts are facts, and the facts show that for eliminating hip, knee, back, leg, and foot pain, it's the Good Feet personalized arch support system, clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good Feet arch supports are designed to help put your feet and whole body back in pain-relieved proper alignment. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Book your free fitting at Good Feet in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
Welcome back to another exciting game day. Grab your rally towels, throw on your jerseys, cheer, shout, and save on your gas. That's right, sports fans win big on home game days. Score instant savings of 25 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. And that's a victory for you and your tailgate team. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and game on. Restrictions apply. Limited time. At participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to end your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other IRS actions. Make sure you're getting the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima today for a free confidential consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
The holidays are always a great time to get together with family and friends, but nothing beats the thrill of Stockton Honda's deals. During Happy Honda Days, find the perfect ride in person or online. With over 400 new Hondas ready to go, now is the time to buy at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company. Sold on report.
It's Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room. And guess what? Primetime football is back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. As always, offering the best food, the best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. So check them out, Capital Casino, and always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
What's hot and what's not? Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Who is hot? Well, apparently, all started off Aaron saying a really good deal on salmon right now at Riley's in Bel Air. We're always here for the good deals on food. I think Jason, I'm going to grab me a big slab of salmon, I think maybe later today, and I'm going to brine that sucker for about 4 or 5 days, and then I'm going to put it on the cold smoker, and I think we'll do some Thanksgiving morning homemade lox and bagels. How about that, Jason? You want to come over?
No.
No,
I want to come over, but not for the salmon.
You know how we were talking yesterday, Jason, about how you and I are kind of the same with beer, and how we're just not beer guys. And I said, sometimes I guess I wish I was, just because I'm a man, I drink beer, but we've just accepted it. Do you ever get that way with seafood?
A little bit more so when I'm in New Orleans and the family is just having a time with some incredibly good-looking food that I just can't eat with allergies of the not all seafood, just shellfish, I should say. But it looks good and it smells good. I'm like, man, can't do it.
We were talking to the chat, and I guess no salmon season this year in California. But my idea is, right now my retirement is Oregon coast, salmon and crab in the morning, fishing, golf in the afternoon, eating it for dinner. And there's a couple other people that like that too. So maybe what we do is we do a King's Chat retirement community in Oregon. And I just need one of the people in the chat being cool with cleaning fish. I'll pay for the gas on the boat. You clean the fish afterwards, and we can form a partnership. We'll just do sports talk on the boat. What could be better?
I think that lasts for you for about 30 minutes.
I think you might be overstating it. All right. Who's hot, Kyle?
I guess the fish. I don't know.
Yeah.
Keon Ellis.
Yeah.
Keon Ellis was hot yesterday. Oh, my goodness. 33 points, a new career high for Keon. 9 made three-pointers, a new career high for Keon. This stat I could not believe is that if you took Keon Ellis coming off the bench yesterday with his 33 points and just made it completely by itself, it would have been the third highest total off the bench this season for the Kings.
Ooh.
Just Keon's 33 by himself would have been the third largest scoring bench game for the Kings.
That's a
Kings
great
bench
stat.
Kings bench finished with 50 points, which was a season high.
Well, what about this, Jason? What if we retired on the Oregon coast together, but we could find something fishing for you? I don't know what, but then what if we lived near Bandon?
Oh yeah, no, I could fish, I could crab. I don't mind any of that, and golfing. That part, I just won't eat that stuff. That's fine. There's other food there.
I think you'd be the perfect fishing partner because you like fishing and you like crabbing and you'd enjoy that, but then you just give me all your food at the end of the day.
Yeah. Dave, I caught you this. Enjoy.
and then we go over to Bandon. We walk. There's no carts. You got to walk it, so that's going to keep us in shape.
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful.
I'm ready.
Okay, who's not hot?
Who's not? That would be Mr. Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones is not hot. Why is that?
He's not. Well, I don't know if you guys heard yesterday, but Mr. Daniel Jones, he got benched for the New York Giants. And the Giants didn't even say, you know what, we're going to put in our backup. No, we're going to put in the third stringer, the aggressively Italian Tommy DeVito as their new quarterback. Here's the Daniel Jones final stat line in his amazing New York Giants career. Before he got a $160 million contract, he was 21-31-1, had 60 passing touchdowns, 57 turnovers, a 64% completion percentage, and an 86.5 passer rating. You know what the Giants did? They said, yes, give us more of that. Mm-hmm. And since he signed his $160 million contract, Daniel Jones is 3-13 with 13 total touchdowns, 16 turnovers, still a 64% completion percentage, and a 76.6 passer rating. So at the end of a 6-year Giants career, that puts him at 24-44-1, 73 touchdowns, 73 turnovers, 64% completion percentage, and $126 million guaranteed.
Okay. All right. So I have an idea here as we get to 3 in the key. Jason, what about a Mount Griftmore? And Mount Griftmore is, we'll put Daniel Jones on it, and the category on Mount Griftmore is professional athletes whose careers basically scream that they scammed teams into paying them large sums of money for very poor output. And I know Kings fans are going to jump up and say like John Salmons, but no, like I feel like you could do one in every single sport. But Daniel Jones, and I wanted to like him, especially because everybody hates him. But my God, man, what I read yesterday, he was a no-star recruit out of high school. He somehow got that Duke job, but really wasn't that great at Duke. It was more about his coach and his love of quarterbacks and his close relationship with Peyton Manning than anything else. And then he somehow managed to grift the Giants into paying him hundreds of millions of dollars. And he's not good at all.
I have a candidate.
Yeah.
From baseball, Anthony Rendon.
Ooh, that's a really good one.
Is he better than Steven Strasburg?
No, well, Strasburg, see, here's the thing. I don't think Strasburg, and who's the one with the Orioles? Was it Chris Davis? Not that Chris Davis, the other one. The problem is that they, once upon a time, at least put up really good numbers. Like Daniel Jones has never put up good numbers. And somehow,
he did.
Huh?
He did that one season, right? That one season with Dayball, and that got him a new contract.
Yeah, I mean, it's also like he put up like not horrible numbers that you would expect out of Daniel Jones. Like I'm thinking Jimmy Garoppolo, but I mean Garoppolo at least won games. You know what I'm saying? Like
this is a really obscure one, but if you go back in time and look at like Charlie Villanueva's career stats, it's like right when he hits a contract year, he has like a giant leap, and it happened like 3 times.
Honest to God, right now, Ben Simmons is on that list for a couple of reasons. But again, I mean, at least Ben Simmons had accomplishments. All right, 3 in the key right now. I'm getting one of this segment away from us. 3 in the key last night. The Kings did not win, but did we win a little bit at 3 in the key, Jason Ross?
Let's see how we did. We asked for, because he's been so hot, the reigning Western Conference Player of the Week, De'Aaron Fox. We wanted his point total. Dave, you predicted 24. I predicted 38. Kyle predicted 54. He had 28, so Dave, you were the closest there.
Hey.
We were looking for Trey points. So we had Lyles versus Young. And had you told me before the game that Lyles would win that category, I would have said that would be a Kings win. Dave, you predicted 8 for Lyles, 33 for Young. I predicted 14 for Lyles, 31 for Young. Kyle had 17 for Lyles, 29 for Young. It was 12 for Trey Lyles, only 7 for Trey Young.
Wow. Who would have thought that Trey Young would have 7 points and the Atlanta Hawks would win in Sacramento?
Yeah, 19 assists, though. NBA season best for the year. And then the random stat, Dave, you said Keegan Murray would have 25 points or more. He had 7. I said Keegan Murray, we're on the same wavelength, would have a double-double. He had 7 and 7.
Double-single.
Single-double. And then Kyle had so close. I mean, I feel like he should get credit here. He had 2 Kings would score 30 or more points, and he got 33 from Keon Ellis and De'Aaron Fox. Maybe had he scored the last basket, which would have been a game winner, had 28 right there.
Hey guys, I'm blanking here. I'm trying. I don't want to look it up. I'm blanking on a name. You mentioned 19 assists for Trey Young. Who is the King? Not Rondo. Who is the random guard for the Kings like 8 years ago, 10 years ago that had 20 assists?
Ty Lawson, maybe?
No, it wasn't Ty Lawson. Damn it! And it wasn't. I keep
Ray
wanting to say,
McCallum.
No, it wasn't like Jose Calderon, although that's the name that keeps coming in my head, who was never a King. But it was
Grievous Vasquez.
No. He played maybe a year or 2 for the Kings.
Not Collison.
Did he come from the Pelicans? Maybe.
That's Vasquez, right? Tyreek Evans.
It was one of those. Oh God, random.
Is it Beno Udridge?
Nope, no, it's not Beno. I want to say he had a Latin name, and maybe by Latin I mean Brazilian. So apologies. What? He was oh God, Jose. No, dude, he was a random King, and he was
Fernandez, but he didn't know.
Nope, it was. And it wasn't the first time he had 20 assists either. Like he'd done that before on his other team, and he had.
Well, it's not more than 15 because in the franchise's history, there's not a person other than Rondo, Halliburton, Fox, and Sabonis.
Who else is on there though? Like for single games,
I see Davion. I see Seth Curry.
What am I thinking? There, I'm telling you, I'm not crazy.
Frank Mason.
No, I'm telling you, it was a lot.
I see 12 from Grievous Vasquez on November 13th, 2013.
Oh, dude, I got it. And he didn't. I guess he didn't do 20 for the Kings, but he did 20. He did 24. He had 24 at one point in his career. I'm trying to see if he busted 20 any others. This is so random.
What team?
Don't look. I'm just seeing if
I'm not looking it up.
Yeah, let me see if there's any more 20s here for him. I don't.
And was he a 1-year King?
Let me look at it. Let me go here. Okay, it was. Let me get to his stats. He was a 1-year King. He played for. All right, guys. Nobody look at the chat line. I want to see if we can get this. He played for Milwaukee for 2 years, then Minnesota, then Cleveland, then the Lakers, then Charlotte, then Milwaukee again, then Sac, then the Wizards. Then the Hornets.
Sessions?
Ramon Sessions.
Okay.
Wow.
Way to pull that out, dude. Wow. I would have never, ever got it. Yeah, Ramon Sessions in April of, where the hell is it? April of 2008 for Milwaukee had 24 assists.
Wow.
I'm just sorry. That just bothered me because I knew he was a King, dude. I knew he was a King. Not one of the more memorable Kings of all time.
I remember playing with him in like NBA 2K11 or something.
You did?
Yeah, I would always draft him for some weird reason. Him and Thabo Cephalosha.
He would do this randomly. That game for Milwaukee, he had 20 points, 24 assists, 8 rebounds, a steal, and a block. And then, like, nothing. Ramon Sessions was weird. He was like one of the weirdest NBA players of all time because he would like do things and then he would like not do things for a long time. All right, we'll take a break. Good analysis, Dave. When we come back, Niners at 9, final hour of the program. Brock Purdy on the shelf. We'll talk about it next.
Preventing you from enjoying life's big moments? Try Vicks Sinex Saline today and get yourself back in the action. Vicks Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion with a gentle ultrafine mist. Sinex Saline's drug-free, no-mess formula instantly moisturizes and soothes dry, irritated nasal passages for quick and effective relief. Get back to enjoying life's big moments to the fullest without having to worry about everyday congestion holding you back. Just Sinex, breathe, use as directed.
Lowe's knows you want to get even more value for the holiday. That's why as a My Lowe's Rewards member, you get new member deals on holiday decor, tools, and more. And you earn points when you shop. More points equal more rewards to help you save on holiday and more. Not a member? Join for free today at Lowe's.com/MyLowe'sRewards because Lowe's knows deals. Program subject to terms and conditions. Points are awarded on eligible purchases. See Lowe's.com/terms for full details. Subject to change.
Don't you deserve health care you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare with Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. You can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans, made for California, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Get year-end pricing during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on our entire selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Ridgeline Civics, and Accords. Plus, with low finance and lease options, now's the time to buy. Hurry in and save during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, or go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopiers.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Tunnel to Towers is a foundation that helps America's heroes by providing homes to first responder families. Get to Twin Peaks and donate $5 to Tunnel to Towers through November 30th and get $5 back to spend on yourself at Twin Peaks this December.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
All right, welcome back. We're going to get into the Niners here. Guys, I just want to test something because I'm doing this new, I got this new board that I'm working with at the home studio. Let me see if you guys can hear this. Hold on here.
Obviously, our video guys saw it. And
can you hear that?
Yep.
Oh, very cool. Hey, I can play stuff out of my phone now. That might actually not be cool. So that was Mike Brown on Deer and Fox's calls that you didn't get to hear Mike Brown, but we'll play that here in a second.
Hey, Jason, how long until he forgets that his phone is turned on and he plays something over the air?
Exactly.
I have potted down. First off, it's a great point, and I will, but I have potted down the Bluetooth section of this board. And by the way, a shout out to me for not taking advantage even. I mean, I think Jason was convinced, and he should be. We've worked together a long time, that I would completely abuse this. But shout out to me
for not completely abusing the voice modulators, because they're so fun. I can do this all day long, but then we lose our audience. And if we lost our audience,
Murray would get mad. See, I could just do that all day.
When you go into the voice, when you change it to, don't you feel like you need to talk a little bit like it already?
Well,
or do you try to talk normal?
No, that's hilarious, because here, I'm just going to talk normal. I'll switch it to this. Hi, wait, hold on.
hi, Jason. I'm just talking normal, so we could get into Niners at 9. But if I talk like this, and it fits the voice so much more.
You had a big boy nap.
I had a big boy nap, just like you did yesterday when I called you and you answered the phone and you said, I was sleeping. My alarm was set for about 20 minutes from now. And I said, well, why don't you go back to sleep? And you said, okay, I'll go back to sleep and I'll call you back. And then you didn't call me back, so I called you. And then you said, I'll call you in a few minutes. I'm in the middle of something. And then you called me back.
See, that just could just get annoying.
That was 100% accurate.
Nice shot, Blanco Nino.
Niners. Brock Purdy is day to day because apparently he injured his, and according to Kyle Shanahan, it's something in his throwing shoulder. That's what Kyle said, but more than likely he injured his. And see,
what did he injure, Dave?
He fell down and he broke his, and then that's after he sat on it, and because somebody called him and then he's day to day now.
Oh no, I'm really worried. Can I change my order of Kyle's first down pick? I'm moving the Niners from first to fourth. After that,
this is the part of the show where I just fall apart.
Wait, I don't think everybody heard that. I need it. What happened to Brock Purdy?
He fell down and he hit it, and then therefore he went and got an X-ray, and it turns out, my God, you broke your on top of the because you were doing way too much with the, and that's a problem because he's day to day now, Jason.
Wow. Is there an update at all on George Kittle?
George Kittle has an ouchie. He can't play because it hurts.
George, if you were listening, obviously we love you. And that was, I'm sure you're out with something, more than an ouchie.
Actually, from the text line, they're wondering if there's an update on Nick Bosa.
Oh, is there an update on Nick Bosa?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there is an update.
I heard myself doing that God dance.
Wow, Nick is pissed.
He's okay. We'll leave Nick alone.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere near. And notice how I'm not making fun of Trent Williams at all.
No, I'd rather hear from George Kittle.
I have ouchie, and I don't know if I can play because it hurts. It hurts so bad.
George, the team needs you, so you need to get back ASAP.
You chill out, Jason. This hurts. It hurts a lot. I don't like it at all. It hurts. By the way, that was a foul on Dyson Daniels. Okay, bye.
Wow. George was watching.
He was watching Kings and Dyson Daniels.
Dude, if the Niners are missing Brock Purdy, just shut it down.
Yeah, he's going to play, right?
Just shut it down. Just absolutely shut it down. I mean, it's.
I mean, honestly, if this season goes as it is and they miss, you have to sign Brock, right?
So,
and what else? Like what? This is a weird crossroads they're coming up to.
Yeah, I. This is a conversation I have avoided so much. Because, Jason, I am a Brock Purdy fan. I'm a fan of the story. I'm a fan of him as a player. I think he does get. I think he gets crap that he doesn't deserve because of. I think he gets love from being drafted where he was drafted. I also think he gets disrespect because of where he was drafted. I think, we have driven into the ground the system quarterback, this, that, blah, 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 whatever. But here's the thing, dude. Is he a $50-60 million a year quarterback? Is that really what we're talking about? Can I in good faith put him up there with the Joe Burrows and Josh Allens and Lamar Jacksons of the world? Because numerically you could make an argument, but then the little voice in my head goes,
well, what about the eye test?
And I go, yeah, I don't like the eye test, though. It's about numbers and wins. But Jimmy Garoppolo, he won a bunch of games with the 49ers. And then now I'm arguing, once money gets on the table, I turn into a giant Brock Purdy hater. and I'm going, $60 million for Brock Purdy? But it may just be that's just the going rate for Brock Purdy.
Yeah, so we've heard your inner voice. How would you like to hear JR's outer voice?
Oh, I'd love it.
JR, welcome in.
Brock Purdy's family sells hot tubs in the desert.
That's true.
Right there alone, he has mastered the art of selling and winning against odds.
And we want winners.
We don't want him coaching our team either. Where's Vernon Davis these days? That's a lot of friggin' money. But that is the going rate, Dave. So It's just what it is. It is what it is because he has won. He is a little bit. I'm a dyer. I was born and raised in Candlestick Park. I had a diaper like a hot dog wrapper, for God's sake. But Joe Montana's first 3 or 4 years, people were like, Notre Dame kid, kind of a system. And then he got it, I think it was in 81. So that was 2 years in when he took over for the Berg. And was like, oh yeah, give back then whatever they paid those guys, $10 and like a bottle of wine or something. They said the same thing. So it's history repeating itself. And yes, right now you got to do it. You got to figure out a way to pay him that next year. It's just the reality. And they got to redo a bunch of contracts next year. They are going to be shifting stuff around, and he's the kind of guy that I think he'll take a long-term deal. He just, with his faith and all that, there is an element to that. He's doing tons of commercials. He's like the John Deere spokesman down there in Arizona. And
Toyota.
He's making Toyota. I mean, Steve Young probably pays for some stuff so he can be successful, but that's the going rate. God, the loss on Sunday hurts.
JR, can't we do like a Brock Hay Perdoni where can we just sign him to like a $400 million deal, but offset all but $10 of it like they did with Shohei? Can we do a hybrid in football where they pay him but it's like a 90-year $200 million contract?
Who says no? Right, Brock? No? Who says no?
It's a lot of Toyota.
$10 of it is to the cap. The rest, fast forward, he'll get it later.
I don't want that conversation. I don't need that conversation because that's going to be, it's all fun and games, Jason. You've been through negotiations before on a much smaller level, as have I. You're great. But when it comes money time, it's like, remember that time
you're not that great.
No. Oh, hey, all those voices you used with that little machine ears, Dave. Yeah, I thought you were a grown man. Not great. It's not good. You're
cute.
lucky. It's cute. You live in the front row of life, David, and you're lucky you have a job.
Had a job.
Had a job. We'll take a break. When we return, how about the top and bottom 5 in the NFL? You know, Jason, we do this each and every week, and why does it feel like we just did this 2 days ago? This is one of those Groundhog Day things where I feel like we just did this, and I guess we did a week ago, but my goodness. Also, Jason's going to give away tickets to the Causeway Classic. This time, it is 100% for real. Everybody's betting on UC Davis, but Sac State Stinger is just way the up, and they are ready for this game this weekend. So we'll take a break. We'll get back. Top and bottom 5 next.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Lowe's knows that to win the job, pros need the best prices. That's why only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500 at the Pro Desk. That means you get the prices you need to start any job, small or large, because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms or a Pro Desk for details.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
They're saying they want robots for refs after last night, Jason. That's what they're saying in the chat.
Boo!
That's not going to work.
Technical foul, 2 shots, and a free throw.
What does that even mean, 2 shots and a free throw?
What are you, blind, robot ref?
What are you, blind, robot ref?
No, I'm not blind.
See?
I have feelings, too.
So that voice is now George Kittle, the refs, and Royale's creator now, all in one show.
Well, which do you think is better which do you think is the better? Is this Royale?
I'm Royale. You killed me. Great job, morons.
Or should I just switch it up and be like,
Hi, I'm Royale, and I'm in Cincinnati. Whee!
I kind of like that one.
I just like that voice, period.
Yeah.
Samson, I just wanted to be friends, and you put me in a box, and you sent me to... Oh, wait, hold on. Let me turn off my camera. Theater of the mind. You put me in a box and sent me to Cincinnati, and all I do here is eat that chili and the spaghetti, and it's gross. Skyline my...
Have we lost our whole audience yet?
No, there's a few here.
Give it 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's what we're working on. Okay, what's next? How about the best and worst of the NFL? Give us a bed, not the kind you sleep on, the kind you speak on. Jason Ross, why don't you just give us your bottom 5? Let's just switch it up this week.
Okay.
And I'll follow up.
I'll give you all 5 of my bottom 5 from 28th to 32. So the 5th worst team on my list this week, I have your Las Vegas Raiders. They lost 6 in a row, I think. Yeah, they were 2-2, now 2-8. Woof. 5th worst team. But I would have put them even lower, but they did beat the Browns as one of their wins. And the Browns, sorry, you're behind them at 29. Then I follow that up with the Tennessee Titans at 30th, 3rd worst team. The 2nd worst team, you could make an argument for this being the worst team. The Jacksonville Jaguars are 31, and the worst football team on my list, number 32, dead last, the New York Football Giants. Dave, when the Giants, San Francisco Giants or New York, do they think they call up the New York Giants and like go out to lunch or anything?
100%. We go out to dinner. We talk about old times. Hey, remember cholera? Whee!
So
All right,
that is my bottom 5. I wonder what your bottom 5 is.
My bottom five, number five, those Cleveland Browns, as you mentioned, they're just terrible. But hey, Jameis Winston, he's fun. Number four, the Tennessee Titans. Yeah, they're also terrible, but hey, Will Levis, right? I mean, I'm trying here. The third worst team, the Las Vegas Raiders, but all is not lost, Raider fan. All is not lost because if my math is working, all the Raiders have to do is go 6-1 the rest of the year, and you guys in the chat will win that bet, and I will have to wear I think a Jamarcus Russell jersey for a week. So it's not mathematically over.
Yeah, they've got this.
They've got this. You got it. Just win, baby. Number two on that list, the Jaguars. The only reason the Jaguars aren't the worst is just at least they have Trevor Lawrence, who has a pulse. Unlike Daniel Jones, who he's been taken out to pasture, as Kyle mentioned earlier, the New York Football Giants, the worst team in the NFL. Bad year for the two New York teams that don't play in New York, the Jets and the Giants. The one team that does play in New York, the Buffalo Bills, hey, man, I think they might have an appearance in the next part of this segment.
Well, we shall see. Top five for me. Number five, they were here last week. I'm keeping them in there, and maybe I should have moved them up because I debuted them last week, but here they are, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Great win. They won their second game this year without scoring a touchdown. That's impressive. Number four, the Philadelphia Eagles. I have them at 4. Number 3, those Buffalo Bills, moving them down a spot to number 2. It's only one loss, but I'm putting the Chiefs at 2 and the Detroit Lions at number 1.
Well, I'll save the suspense, Jason. You and I have an identical top 5. I mean, absolutely identical. Apologies to the Vikings, the Chargers, the Texans, the Ravens, maybe even the Packers. But I think with that win, the Steelers definitely vault into the top 5. We have the same top 5. I'll tell you the one difference. I get that they lost, but I'm sorry, 2-time defending champions. But remember, we take that out of the equation.
Yeah.
But also the fact that it's that, and they're 9-1. They lost on the road to the number 3 team in our rankings. I get why you did it. I do, and honestly, the Lions probably deserve to be number 1, but it's the Chiefs for me. And I'd have a hard time knocking them off at number 1 if they had 2 losses. They don't. They're tied for the best record in the league. I'm going to give it to Patty Mahomes and Kyle Ledbetter's Chiefs. Die-hard Kyle Ledbetter's Chiefs.
He loves them.
Immensely. He immensely loves them. All right. Let me see if I can do this here. I want to play this. Let's see if this works, guys. I want to play this Michael Brown clip. You alluded to this earlier, Jason Ross, when talking about De'Aaron Fox and the calls or lack thereof. Here's Mike Brown post-game.
I couldn't see it from where I am, but, all of these, obviously our video guys saw it, and it looked like there was 0.9 seconds on the clock. It looked like he stepped out of bounds. And so, it'd be one of those things in the last 2-minute reports. If he did step out of bounds, obviously the league would say, oops, I'm sorry, you guys lost. But he stepped out of bounds, and if he didn't, then, they were right. But I didn't see it until I watched the video. And like I said, it looked like he was on the line, but I don't know. What's that? Well, because I think they just let the clock run, so there was no stoppage, and so once the game is over, I think it's over. But again, from my vantage point, because it was all the way down on the baseline, I couldn't see.
Okay, can I?
So
hold on a second. Let me pause this.
What's that?
What's that?
Hold on. Let me just pause that. Jason, am I being too critical? And by the way, I might be being unfair here. I want to be clear. Just my first instinct, and I don't want to be unfair. Am I wrong for thinking it's a really bad look for your head coach to not have an absolutely firm answer at the end there about, because by the way, I think he's right. I think once the clock runs out, you can't review it. But I don't like that I don't like that there's any form of uncertainty there. Am I being unfair? Because I feel like that should be known.
Yeah, well, I would agree with that. I want to double check this because we were, talking a little bit about it on the radio post game and even the immediacy of when it followed. If I have my information right, and again, I may be speaking out of turn. There was technically not a call made, if that makes
Right.
sense, Dave.
Correct.
So there's no challenge, like a foul, a out of bounds. If that were called in favor of the Kings or against, I mean, in favor, they're not going to challenge it. But Atlanta could have.
Yes.
So with a what are you challenging? That the ball, yes, I guess the premise is that he was out of bounds, but that was never called, and so you can't. I'm going to look at here. A teammate utilized a challenge to trigger instant replay reviews only of the following 3 events: a called personal foul charged to its own team. Okay, we know that. A called out of bounds violation. Now, it was not called, and then a called goaltending or basket interference. So, it doesn't really. There's no trigger to challenge anything there.
No, there was no ability to challenge. And I guess if we're really nitpicking and we want the refs to be robots and not humans, that in retrospect, which is impossible to ask a human being to make this decision in a split second, but maybe the proper thing to do would have been to call it out of bounds to trigger a review.
Yes. Yeah.
But here's the problem. If you call it out of bounds simply to trigger a review, that's disadvantageous to Atlanta. It's not fair to them because now you have to overturn the call on the court, which really, truly, I think, and we talked about this earlier. People can have their opinions. I totally get it. A lot of people are circulating that picture of Dyson Daniels' hand on De'Aaron Fox's his forearm and saying that was a foul. But the other picture that's circulating from the Atlanta side is Dyson Daniels' hand on the ball. And if the ball, as I understand the rules, if the hand hits ball and slides into arm, that's not a foul. You got the ball first. You slide into the arm. That's part of the process. It's not a foul. And then the only angle I've seen so far, Jason, of that out of bounds play, it's an angle, it's a side angle, it's from a bit of a distance. And even the close up that people zoom in on, it shows Daniels' heel up. You just can't tell if the middle of his foot is touching the sideline. So again, I would be really surprised if either showed up on the last 2-minute report. I'd focus more on De'Aaron Fox getting physically abused and assaulted in front of the ref, and the ref just going dirt.
Yeah, I felt like, and we all know this in football, like if that was called one way, I don't think, like if they said he was out of bounds and Kings ball and Atlanta challenged it, I don't think Atlanta wins because it's not conclusive either way, right? And I think since there was a non-call, I'm with you. That one's tough for me to tell. He's really, really close. I don't know. I'm not with certainty that he was out of bounds. That one's a tough one.
And I also think, and I know this is speaking too logic. There's Gus. I know this is speaking too logically, but I would also say this. If the Kings were in Atlanta and you reverse the situation and the refs called either the foul on the steal or the foot out of bounds, I think Kings fans would be absolutely rioting right now. So if it was reversed and the Kings did get that call, I think they'd be. I'm more upset at the reffing throughout the game and really specifically being so ticky-tack on Keegan Murray. I mean, you saw Keegan Murray. I don't want to quote him, but at some point last night, he was like, "That wasn't a foul." And for Keegan, that is just, he showed more emotion last night than I think he has in his whole career, which is saying something. And that's what tells you that maybe the refs were a little bit off. That's the problem I have. All right, we'll take a break.
Hey, before we break, should we give away our tickets?
I apologize. Causeway Classic tickets giveaway. Go ahead, Jason.
All right, you can win a family 4-pack of tickets to see UC Davis and Sacramento State hook up for the 70th annual Causeway Classic. That is this Saturday, November 23rd, and we want to hook you up with a chance to pull up for the game. As hit up the Folsom Lake Honda hotline right now, Dave. We're looking for caller number
6
to win the family 4-pack of tickets plus our exclusive parking pass. For more information, visit SacktownSports.com. Again, the number is 916-339-1140 or 1-800-920-1140. Caller number 6, you get that 4-pack of tickets to go see the Causeway Classic.
We will take our break. When we come back, we'll see if I sent Kyle something earlier. We'll see if he can pop it up on the screen. You might be interested in. Also, what to watch tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, no Kings, but we got a big one to watch. We'll take a break. We'll come back with that, plus Crosstalk with Styles coming up later in the program right after this.
DC here, and if you've been thinking about a new car, you gotta see my friends at Folsom Lake Kia. You can always count on low payments and zero down deals with approved credit. Folsom Lake Kia, over 25 years, right here in Folsom.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It ignites something inside of you.
Lightning and the thunder.
Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
When an overwhelmed injury victim calls Ashton or Price, we immediately remove their legal burden and introduce them to the very best medical care in the region. They focus on their health, and we handle all the rest. When they reach the end of their medical journey and are reunited with happiness and hope, we unleash our decades of legal experience to obtain maximum compensation. We are real, local, experienced litigators and snappy dressers, too. Consultation's free, and there's never a fee until we win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
What's happening, everybody? It's your boy Kyle Draper for Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. It's that time of year. You know what time of year it is. The Mercedes-Benz Vans year-end sales event is underway. Don't think twice, because it's the perfect opportunity to take your drive to the next level. They're perfect for any business needs. Mercedes-Benz Vans, they offer a wide range of commercial vehicles. Trust me on this. They got Sprinter vans. You could turn it into a worker cargo van, a worker passenger van, or how about just a plain old passenger van? I could do that also. They're fully customizable. And one of the things I love about their Sprinter vans, I'm a big guy. I could fit in them comfortably. So now is the time to head down to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. They can help you with all your van needs. Ask about customer cash and even special financing options. And business owners, now is the time to take advantage of those year-end tax breaks. So take the short drive down I-5 or go online anytime at mbofstockton.com. That's mbofstockton.com, and tell them your boy Drape sent you.
I don't feel so good.
You do feel hot. Dayquil Kids will take care of that fever.
What about my cough?
Dayquil Kids has that covered.
Will it make my throat feel better?
Yes, that too.
But will it taste good?
Yep, Dayquil Kids comes in your favorite flavor.
Purple?
Well, yes, it's great.
Try new Dayquil Kids Plus Fever, the daytime coughing, aching, sore throat fever just for kids medicine. Safe for kids 6+. Used as directed.
I feel like I'm constantly cleaning hair off my bathroom floor. At least my Swiffer Sweeper makes it easy. Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths have ultra-thick pads to trap and lock hairs, like a hair magnet. And when I'm finished cleaning up my hair, Sweeper takes care of his too. Now the hair is gone, all thanks to Swiffer. Try Swiffer Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths. I promise you'll love them or your money back. And also try Swiffer Sweeper Wet to make quick work of tough, sticky messes.
Did you know that replacing garage doors is the biggest return on investment homeowners can get on improvements? Jason Ross here, and let me tell you about the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, a family-owned and operated company with third-generation owners that's been in business for 71 years right here in Sacramento. With new garage doors from Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, you'll not only get the wow factor, but you'll also know that you're working with a well-respected and proven company. Residential and commercial, brand new garage doors, or repairs to existing doors, they do it all. Take advantage of their free at-home estimates on new garage doors, or check out the showroom with no appointment needed. And while you're at it, mention me, Jason Ross, or Sacktown Sports, and receive $100 off a new garage door paired with a new garage door opener. Check out their website at ohdsac.com or call them at 916-421-3747. Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, the genuine, the original overhead door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Top 100 PGA and LPGA teaching professional Kelly Stenzel offers a few tweaks for your short game, including putt whenever you can, chip when you can't putt, and pitch only when you have to. For small distance, small setup. Shorter shots require smaller swings. Grip the handle lower for less power, and a narrow stance will limit your backswing. For large distance, large setup. The farther you want to hit the wedge, the larger the swing needs to be. Full length on the grip and a wider stance create more power. And posture is key for contact and loft. See that your short game posture reflects that of your full swing. Ball position tips. Left for loft. For right-handed golfers, move the ball forward and increase loft. Right for roll. Moving the ball back decreases the loft for more roll. Sharpen your short game and watch your scores drop and your enjoyment rise. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
All the small things. Yeehaw.
Sorry to everybody. Apparently Dave forgot to mute his mic during the break, and it wasn't until I looked at the chat to realize that. Well, I guess if I'm going to have a hot mic and get caught saying things, that's probably what I'm okay with.
I don't know if it makes you feel better. It was only on YouTube, at least.
Okay, good. There's a lot of disastrous things that can happen with a hot mic, but apparently I was just, having a friendly conversation with my dog. So, whatever.
Nothing wrong with that.
I was we went to the vet yesterday, and I was letting him know, again, reinforcing it, that he was a good boy, and he's a stout boy, and he's a handsome boy, and he's a brave boy. And I think that's important.
All of the above.
All of the above. All right, what to watch tonight? No Kings. Gosh, is this right? No Kings till Friday?
Correct.
That's stupid. That's illegal. That's Jason, that's not fun. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And they're where the hell are they going? Oh, no, they're off, and then they play the Clippers in LA.
Yeah, they're off, and they play like 3 and 4 nights again. So it's LA, then back home for home back to back.
What are we doing?
I think it's a cup thing, is why they have to put the cup games on Tuesday and Friday.
At the Clippers, and then they play Friday at the Clippers. Sunday they're at home. Hey, this one. The Brooklyn Nets are coming to town. My guy,
your man crush,
my man crush. Oh, Ben Simmons coming to town. Is it a showcase game? Showcase game, Jason?
For you.
Oklahoma City. That's good. Good back to back. That's neat. Yeah, Oklahoma City. And then, hey, here's something we haven't done in a while. We're playing Minnesota on Wednesday in Minnesota.
Oh,
that's cool. And then we play San Antonio twice, the 1st and the 6th of December.
So we'll play the T-Wolves and Spurs 3 times already.
That's great. Wow. That's amazing. That's what I wanted for Thanksgiving. Nuggets, Grizzlies. We'll see if Nikola Jokic comes back. Hey, if you have a fantasy basketball team and you have Jokic and Sabonis on it, you're probably doing really well. But if you miss them both, you probably will lose your first game of the year. Oh, wait, that was me. Lost last week because both of them were out. Jokic for personal reasons. I believe, is expected to return tonight in Memphis against the Grizzlies. Pelicans at Mavs, Thunder at Spurs, Jazz at Lakers. But Jason Ross, the main event of the evening. Hell, dare I say, the game of the year so far.
Whoa.
Yeah. The Cleveland Cavaliers take on the defending world champion Boston Celtics. That is tonight, 4 p.m. start. Oof. My goodness.
Do you are you looking at that, or can I play the point spread game with you?
You know what? Here's what's funny. I haven't figured out how to change this computer from England to America, so I'm looking at it. But I don't think point spreads are allowed on there for some reason. So I have on my kids. I do not know what the point spread is.
And this is cup play games today anyway. So, yeah. So for Kyle and for Dave, what is the point spread? Dave, we'll have you go first. Who's favored and by how much today?
I'm going to say, and boy, could I be off here. I'm going to say Celtics 2.5.
Okay. Kyle?
I'm trying to think if there's any major injuries. I'll go Celtics 3.5.
Okay. We don't have a correct answer, but Kyle's a bit closer. It is Celtics by 5.5.
Wow.
No respect.
There's got to be an injury there somewhere.
15-0 Cavs.
Wow. Interesting. That really, Vegas is good. Although they had the Kings as favorites last night. Somebody probably bet pretty big on the Kings to beat that 1.5 point spread.
Somebody probably did.
Somebody probably lost all the money they won in the Phoenix game. So, whoever that was, sorry about them. Questions from the chat, Jason. Dave, does your Frenchie have allergies, skin allergies? As a matter of fact, that's what we use in the vet for, because he has these little allergies we had to take care of. So he's doing better. And everybody wants to pet Gus. Well, one of these, if we ever do finally get our in-person show that we've been talking about, maybe Gus and Gracie will have to come in, but you just have to understand that if Gracie's there, she will jump on you. You will be covered in white dog hair, and you're just gonna have to sign a waiver or something. Because
where are we doing this show, by the way?
We're doing it in the listener lounge.
Oh, I thought we were going to someone's house.
No, I mean that would be fun.
Whose house would you choose?
MC's, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's like tripwired.
So we're going to do it in the Knights of the Round Table dungeon?
Yeah.
MC's got I guarantee you MC's got one of those rooms with like the yarn stretched from like one wall to the other, like in A Beautiful Mind. All the conspiracies tucked together. Probably lives on like 7 acres with a shooting range. Bow and arrow.
But he takes up like less than a third of an acre.
Yeah,
he wants a lot of open space around, so he keeps his eyes on you.
Keeps eyes on everything.
Yeah,
everything. He's got MREs. That's what he eats. He's out there doing.
Okay, weirdo. Party of one.
Yeah, I want to do it on. We'll do it in the. We'll do it in the lounge. We can fit about 25, 30 in there. I think something like that. And then I want the like we have for our big meetings where they get the Costco pizza. And we find a way to do biscuit. What do we say? Biscuits, gravy, scrambled eggs, bacon, and sausage, all in those banquet pans.
So our chatters, they have to come with like laptops so they can chat still while they're watching, right?
100%. I think that's exact. I forgot. Speaking of MC, I forgot to run this by you guys. He had an idea yesterday and I don't think this is a good idea, but it's enough to make me think.
I want to ask you.
I believe this is doable. Do you guys think that we should run a screen on the side of the broadcast, the YouTube broadcast, that has the scrolling chat on it, so that people watching could just, or doesn't that already kind of happen on the YouTube? But then what's
the difference? That's going on right now.
Because when they cast it to their TVs, it would also appear on the TVs on the right side as well.
Oh, so if they put this on their TVs, they don't see the chat right now?
Nope, they just see the square, the Sacktown Sports square with us.
Is that a setting we take care of, or is that on the person's TV side?
No, I think what you would do is you would create not to get too nerdy, but let's get nerdy. I think you would create a triple box, and then the third box, the feed for that would be an isolated window you'd have to crop, and that cropped window would have to be vertical, and it would be the chat. So you would have the chat basically taking up the right side. You'd have 2 squares, and then you'd have a rectangle going up, down, and then that rectangle would be the scrolling chat. That again, you would isolate a window as the feed in StreamYard. God, I'm a nerd. And then you would crop it so that it's just the chat. That's how it would look.
I'm sure Verlad will definitely do that.
I feel like it's just a bad idea. It's a good enough idea where I thought about it. I see what MC's saying. But I also think that just exposes a lot of people to seeing stuff they don't want to see.
That we see?
Maybe somebody just wants to watch and listen, and they don't want Russell saying, Keegan Murray's trash, and Mike Brown's stupid, and De'Aaron Fox doesn't want to win because he smiled. Excuse me, hold on.
Keegan Murray is trash, and Mike Brown is stupid, and De'Aaron Fox, he smiled at a guy after the game, and he doesn't want to win. He just wants the bag. I'm Russell. Everything's stupid.
Wow, Russell.
Oh my God, that is 100% the best use of that so far. That is 100% Russell.
You're saying it's better than Roy Al's Puppet Master Creator?
Royale, and you sent me to Cincinnati.
Or
I'm Russell. Everything sucks. Everyone's just accepting mediocrity, and I'm tired of it. I'm telling you, I'm tired of it.
Whoa, Russell.
I know. That's why we don't
We're
scroll.
live.
That's why we don't. That's why we don't scroll the chat. On
Well, Russell admits it says it sounds just like him.
See, 100%. We'll take a break when we come back. Alan Styles. Sorry.
Alan Styles
will join us. We will crosstalk and more with our good friend Alan coming up right after this.
Join Sacramento State football this Saturday at 2 for the Causeway Classic versus UC Davis. Get your tickets at hornetsports.com.
Carmichael Dave here from my good friends at American Energy. Cool weather, if not cold weather, is in our future. You know that. It'll eventually get there, and American Energy wants to make sure your system is operating safely and properly. So now is the time to take advantage of the $49 fall tune-up inspection. That's regularly $119, but includes a full safety and duct inspection. And if your system's over 10 years old, it's free. The tune-up is on American Energy. Give them a call right now. They're offering $50 off your first recommended repair, or if you need a new furnace, that's half off the price of a new unit. American Energy been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You can check them out at theaeway.com for an instant quote. That's theaeway.com. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Welcome back to another exciting game day. Grab your rally towels, throw on your jerseys, cheer, shout, and save on your gas. That's right. Sports fans win big on home game days. Score instant savings of 25 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. And that's a victory for you and your tailgate team. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and game on. Restrictions apply. Limited time. At participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now, during our Black Friday sale, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Plus free home delivery when you add a base. And Cyber Monday. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
The holidays are always a great time to get together with family and friends, but nothing beats the thrill of Stockton Honda's deals. During Happy Honda Days, find the perfect ride in person or online. With over 400 new Hondas ready to go, now is the time to buy at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Number 1 claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company sold on report.
Facts are facts, and the facts show that for eliminating hip, knee, back, leg, and foot pain, it's the Good Feet personalized arch support system, clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good Feet arch supports are designed to help put your feet and whole body back in pain-relieved proper alignment. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Book your free fitting at Good Feet in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Hey, 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 hey. People reacting to us posting the chat from the 916. Chat is not appropriate for the public. Russell is in there and should not be let out of his basement. Wow. Okay. It's a little harsh on Russ.
But isn't it kind of public already? But I guess you have to be on YouTube, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can also kind of moderate it a little bit when it's tucked in the corner.
That's a good point right there.
Yeah.
Good morning, Alan.
Good morning, Dave.
How are you?
Great.
Kyle, put the picture up on the screen if you can, please. Let's go ahead and get a look at this. This is, I think you have to get rid of. There you go. This is, sorry for those of you listening and not watching, but what we're looking at is the De'Aaron Fox new Steph Curry shoe. The commercial dropped today as well. I put this up because look, I know I'm a nut job, but am I the only one that thinks this looks like Hot Wheels?
Because of like the flame, maybe? Is that like a flame to you?
Yeah, like it looks like the Hot Wheels. I see them and I know it's supposed to be Fox. I mean, they look cool, but like I'm getting Hot Wheels.
No, I hear you. I think it's the box. The box, was blue the logo was blue and yellow and red. Jason has it up now.
And that's not, by the way, that's not a bad thing. I mean, he's De'Aaron Fox. He's the fastest guy in the league. So if they honestly did some sort of homage to Hot Wheels, but also having it be like a foxtail, that's pretty dope. I just want to know if they meant to do that.
Yeah. I know I was looking at it this morning, Year of the Fox, but I don't get the blue. Can someone help me with the blue? Well, actually, I guess the orange is Fox, so that's what I'm taking, but I don't get the blue.
Yeah, isn't that like a tail?
Yeah,
is that a
right.
foxtail?
Right, but I don't get the blue.
Yeah, would that have worked with? I like this overlay, by the way. You should leave it there. Why not purple? But I know I'm old. Let's check in on the text line and see what they think. Here's Russell.
Oh my God, those are hideous. LOL.
All right, Russ is checked in.
Did Royale have any thoughts on it?
Royale is Royale.
I don't care what shoes wears. They're 0-2 without suckers. Suck on that, you bunch of...
Royale, watch it.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow, Royale.
He's had enough.
He's had enough. Keegan, are you still mad about last night?
I am so mad. They called a bad game. I hate you.
Wow.
Whoa, that's angry, Keegan.
Oh my goodness.
I saw him curse last night. I saw it.
He did?
I didn't curse. I called the ref with the honest.
Okay.
Keegan,
Wow.
you need a couple days off. You don't play till Friday. You'll be all right.
Don't talk to Keegan like that. I'm Russell.
Celebrity Birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Nothing says family and friends more than Crumble Cookies. That's right. I said Crumble Cookies. Back to you, Jason Ross.
I think you guys should be afraid. I can see the look in Alan's eyes today. He's going to have a big day. I can just tell.
That's right.
Yeah, you can just tell. He's on a heater.
Not if Russell has anything to say about it.
Maybe Russell will participate in celebrity birthdays today. Happy birthday today to Michael Wilbon.
Oh.
Huh.
I'll go 75.
Yeah.
I think he's 68. I think you guys are off.
Nah. I'll be nice. But yeah, I saw him in person.
Ooh, I saw him in person. I'm
73.
Oh, and you're going up. Okay.
73.
Carmichael Davis, the closest. Michael Wilbon, guys, is 66.
Please dump what I just said.
Happy birthday to Fred Warner.
Fred.
That guy, he just appeared. You know what I mean? I have no clue.
Sure.
Yeah.
Whatever you say,
29.
bud.
29 for Dave?
Yeah, he's probably younger.
I'll go 28.
Yeah, I was going to say 28. It's got to be 28.
28.
27 sounds
Hey, Jason?
Yeah.
Would it be okay if George Kittle had a guess?
Yeah, so we have two 28s at 29. George Kittle, what do you have?
I think he's going to be 32. By the way, ouchie. I don't know if I'm going to play.
Oh, George is hurting. So you say your teammate's 32. We have a 29 and two 28s. We do have a correct answer.
Oh.
George, I'm sorry you don't know your team very well, but Alan and Kyle do.
28
is correct.
2017 draft
Great
class.
job, guys.
Happy birthday to Kenneth Fareed.
Wow, that's so random.
Me and Alan were joking about him last week.
Oh, God, that's so random. Who was the Brazilian guy that just retired not that long ago? Nene, yeah. I don't know why. Didn't they play together in Denver?
Yes, but no, they were together. Well, Denver and Houston.
Okay.
And then they both disappeared at the same time.
I don't know. Nene was around 5 years longer than I thought he would be.
For the rest of my life, whenever I see or hear Nene, I'll never forget my wife watching a game with me. This is early in her marriage. She just turns to me and made me laugh for some reason. She goes, "Who is Neen?" And I had to correct her.
Nene.
Yeah. Kenneth Fareed is 40.
33.
No, I'll split the difference. 35.
No.
We have a correct answer, and it is Alan Stiles, 35. Happy birthday to Ahmad Rashad, Michael Jordan's bestie. So he says.
Ooh, he's getting up there, isn't he?
When a great interviewer.
Didn't he play for the Vikings in
He did.
the 70s?
Say, Dave.
66.
6'4".
67.
You guys aged Michael Wilbon, but you didn't age Ahmad Rashad. Kyle's close. He's 75.
Oh,
wow.
Ahmad Rashad. How about former Philly home run hitter Ryan Howard?
That's my guy.
That's your guy.
Oh, well, then go first. Go ahead, Alan. Call your shot.
Okay.
The hit doctor.
The hit doctor. 45 seems way too old. But 43 doesn't. 43.
I'm going to say 42.
I'll go 44.
All right. I love that you said 45 seems way too old because that's exactly what he is. 45.
Wow.
Kyle got it.
What a guy.
There you go.
Oh, all right.
Hey, Alan, what's coming up on the show today? I'm George Kittle. I don't see.
Speaking of the Niners and George Kittle, Chris Biederman joins us at 12 to talk Niners and Kings. Dave highlighted Keegan Murray's pops getting into the old Twitter battle, so we're going to talk about Keegan Murray and his struggles and what to do with last night. Do we throw the whole thing out because guys weren't playing? It counts just the same as the other ones. All right. Alan Stiles coming up next.
Alan Stiles coming up next. Our thanks to Sean Salisbury, Kyle Ledbetter behind the glass, Jason Ross, of course, the man, the myth, the legend of Carmichael Dave. We'll see you tomorrow. Stiles is next. Bye-bye, Nero. Got an x-ray, and it turns out, my God, you broke your on top of the...
not funny.
Because you were doing way too much with the...
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken.